Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Manor video. Today we're going to be focusing on the relaxing side of Manor, and we're going to be building a beautiful town in every single region that you see on this brand new map, Jagged Cliffs. If you guys are enjoying these Manor Lords relaxing long plays, let's get this one to 800 likes to unlock the next one. If you guys also wouldn't mind, we're so close to 45,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for the support. And without further ado, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and let's get right into the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Manor Lords video. Today we're going to be focusing strictly on relaxation, building the ultimate kingdom, and we will also be going against 3 other AI opponents. It is going to be a race to build the biggest and baddest kingdom that we possibly can. So they kind of started out here with Team Blue. They got some nice little development going on there. Team Green way over here also has some nice development. Let's take a look at our starting resources here. So with the new update, we actually have new resource cards, which looks absolutely amazing. And brand new to the game, we have eels. So they're kind of in the river here. I don't think you can see them in here, but they might be somewhere. Rich eel deposit, that's going to be awesome for food. We also have clay, rich mushrooms, which are also brand new to the game. And we have stone, and of course, we have iron. I like this particular region because it's all kind of, it's probably the smallest region I've seen in the game. Everything's nice and condensed. The struggles I can see with this region is running out of tree space, as we do not have much of it. So we'll kind of have to make sure we are replanting some trees with our forester's hut. But to get started, I guess let's take a look at our fertility. Let's start out with rye, because that's usually the best. And we actually don't have much of that. So if we don't have much of that, we don't have much of anything. So we gotta kind of figure out where we want to have our fields. So let's try and avoid building around here. And it's actually kind of nice because I could just take out this stone, not build in there, and then have a nice little farm there. With our homeless people's tents, we're kind of set up right here. Let's get our logging camp. And like I said, I'd like to maybe have it over here. If I build it over here, they're going to take out these trees and potentially even our mushroom deposits. We don't want to do that. Let's just build this, just a nice little logging camp right there. Let's get our fisherman's hut for this, and this is a little bit of a challenge. I guess I could maybe build it maybe right on this landing, and perhaps the developer of the game kind of intended you to be able to build it right here. Let's maybe tuck it. Oh, I'd love to tuck it maybe right in here, but let's just go right there. I think that'd be a nice little location. We're pretty close to the eel deposit and not too far away from our town. I think that should be great. And then as far as picking our mushrooms, we just need to get a forager hut. So before it only let us pick berries, but now we have mushrooms. And I might actually put this maybe kind of around the corner here, and then maybe have a little path going through here. So let's just have this maybe right next to there. I think that's a nice little spot. And then we need to kind of figure out where we want to have our granary. I guess what we could do is just get some paths going back to here as a nice little start. And then I might cross this way and then maybe go in front like this. And then I could just take a little path and go straight to there. I think that should be a nice start. Get our logging camp going there. As far as our fisherman's hut, we need to figure out what we want to do for that. We have quite the steep hill here to kind of deal with. So let's just take this maybe this way, and somewhere where it's not too steep. I might have to do one of these just so they're not going straight down hills with their carts. Let's maybe back it up one, and let's go a little bit tighter like that. I think that should look pretty nice. Got our little fisherman's hut coming up there. Hopefully they don't fall down the hill. That would be quite, just picture a bunch of fish rolling down the hill. That would not be good for anybody. But there you go. You have a nice little start there. Let's figure out where we want to get our granary. So our food resources are actually split up. So I think what I might want to do is have a granary, maybe even a little bit more in the middle. We have both rich food resources, so that's amazing. In fact, I might put this maybe kind of tucked into the trees here. Let's make sure we don't uproot any trees. Or even if we do, let's uproot this one. So then we can kind of tuck that into the trees, just like that. Storehouse, we could maybe have that. Maybe have our storehouse. Actually, we don't have enough goods for that yet anyway. So let's maybe take this and just have a nice little path going back to our main road there. I think that should be good. Let's quickly take a look at our adversaries here. So they got a nice little town coming up here. They already have their logging camp built. They already have their well, that reminds me. I'm gonna make sure I get our well. And 2 little hitching posts, I think they're doing pretty good. Let's check the other ones here. There's one here as well. And they kind of got the same thing going on. In fact, they have a house already, which is quite nice for them. Not nice for us. They're currently beating us. And then this guy, they kind of got the same thing going on. Just the same old. Actually, I like what he's done in front of the King's Road there. Let's get back to our own little build here. So what I'd kind of like to imagine, we have this giant little cliff face here. So I think some houses kind of near that cliff face would look pretty good. Or maybe a giant castle would be kind of nice there. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what we fancy in the moment. In fact, we'll kind of have to decide soon, as we'll need some paths to kind of run through here. So I think what I might do, let's just go maybe kind of near the trees like this. I probably can't build in this area as it's probably too steep. Let's maybe just take it like this and around that tree. And I guess the front of our houses can go a little bit closer to this cliff face. That's a little bit too steep there. Let's maybe just get going kind of like this. And then somewhat around. Like that. And then we can get some houses kind of on this main little area here. As far as right here, I could probably salvage a house. Maybe right in here. I could maybe put a house right in there. I think that would be good. It's going to be a wonky little plot, but I think it should be fine. And then throughout here, I'll just get a little path going out like so. And then we can get some houses built. We already have 1 timber, or actually not already. We need to get some timber coming in. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And I might even move our hitching posts maybe kind of near here. And again, this is what I love about this region. Everything's nice and close together. Makes everything nice and easy for you. Let's just take a little path. Maybe big enough to get some hitching posts on either side of this. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a hitching post maybe right there. And then we can move this one right there. That's perfect. And now let's maybe build a well. So this kind of shows us where all of our water nodes are. So let's maybe get... Actually, this might be a good location for a market. I also need to get my storehouse. Let's maybe put the well maybe a little bit off to the side there. I don't mind that. Our fisherman's hut is coming up in good fashion. Let's quickly check on our... Yeah, that's not quite done. And in fact, let's maybe get a nice little walking path going through here. Let's continue around. I don't want to mess up any of my mushrooms. In fact, those are quite large mushrooms, aren't they? Let's maybe take this maybe near the trees. Kind of out like that. And then through the trees might be kind of nice. Let's take it maybe through here. And then I think that would look pretty good. I don't know if I want to wrap it right around like that. Yeah, I maybe could. Let's wrap it right around this tree. Just like that. And then I could also maybe have a path just coming right down through here. Maybe right there. Kind of just like that. Have a very unnatural path, kind of like that. I can't imagine that they would just walk in straight lines all the time. I mean, why not? We'll just, maybe this, the drunken of the city or the village kind of made this path. So let's kind of just imagine that. Gotta use your imagination every once in a while. That is a excellent little start. We do have some supplies here. We got bread, we have firewood, rubble stone and some tools. So we want to make sure we collect that as soon as we can before it rains and then it's all gone. So gotta be a little bit careful of that. And yeah, having 2 families on here is gonna be amazing for us. And we have a few things that we need to build up here. Let's just allow them to build a little bit. And then I might continue this path on. Kinda just straight down like that. And then throughout here, I could maybe have, maybe even a little bit closer to our tree. Like that. Let's build that. And then throughout here, I could probably have something else. These homeless people's tents are kind of in the way. So I suppose I could maybe wait a little bit longer. And let's order a second ox. Why don't we? That would help with a lot of our problems of having to relocate everything. We have clay and we have iron. We're gonna have to wait until we get a saw pit before we do that. We already have 6 timber. And there's that rain that I talked about. So let's go ahead and get a family on there. And then they can start collecting that stuff. Let's maybe slow this down for a quick second. And let's maybe get a storehouse. Maybe right there where it doesn't interrupt any trees. I think that would be quite nice. And then if I were to have a little marketplace, which I will require. Thunder cracks in the background. Let's maybe have maybe a little marketplace right out in front here. Where would I like to put this? Let's just get it maybe just right off like this. And I think that should be plenty of space for a little marketplace. Let's go ahead and plot that in here. And let's see how many little market stalls we're able to get in here. Let's see if we can go a little bit further. Go like that. That's actually pretty good. That'll give us quite a bit of market stalls. I definitely don't mind that. And then I could maybe even take... Let's maybe focus on building some more houses. So let's get some maybe throughout here. And I'll maybe get some nice ones in through here. And now I need to decide if I want them to be sideways, kind of facing the little cliff face. Imagine waking up, coming out your front door and seeing some nice big stones looking over the valley. I feel like that might be kind of nice. Or third option, I guess I'll have to plot this down again. The third option, having your backyard kind of facing that. And I actually kind of like the idea of having all of these facing in like that. Let's maybe go ahead and do that. Let's build it like that. And then the same thing, I can get some in here once we get enough timber. So we'll kind of have to work on that. Let's get somebody on our fisherman's hut so they can begin to fish. And then also need to get somebody over here. Yes, that is built, so that's gonna be good. Let's take them off of our granary. And then let's get them on our forager hut so they can begin to pick some mushrooms. And like I said, these mushrooms are quite large. As we hear the thunder cracking in the background. All that rain coming down. Very, very nice. I love the moss on top of this thing. Look at that. Looks very, very nice. Let's get back to our main town here. We need to figure out what we want to do in the middle here. And in fact, we'll have to wait till we get rid of our homeless people's tents anyway. So we might as well just wait until that happens. Storehouse, let's set that to highest priority. So then we can move all this stuff into shelter. Okay, we are beginning to build some houses here. So that's looking quite nice. And we have a little bit more timber. So let's go ahead and let's build our houses in through here. And you know what? We don't have to follow suit with this. We could maybe switch this up and have a couple of houses facing that way. And to be honest, I kind of like that. Let's go ahead and do that. We don't have to have them all facing in like that. And in fact, it would be kind of nice so they'd have the paths kind of along here, but we're going to switch it up and get some throughout here. And then this, I could probably... What do I want to do with this? let's take this out a little bit further. And then I could maybe take this out a little bit further as well.
There we go.
Get a nice little house in here. I feel like this would be a good location. Kind of in front of there. 3, let's maybe go 2, maybe even 1 houses. Or 1 house, let's go 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and get 2 houses there. I like that. And I'd like to get some clay and iron as soon as we can. And we also have some stone, which we'll have to collect as well. Okay, our marketplace is coming up nicely. Let's maybe get somebody on our storehouse to again collect all of that supplies. And with that, I guess let's maybe free up a family to build some stuff. We are going to need to build some things. We got 1 ox there. Where's our second ox? He should be coming up somewhere around here. I think we have 2. It says we have 2. Might be somewhere. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, we have our well. And we need to decide what we want to get here. I can maybe get a tavern instead. Would that be cool? Or maybe have our tavern kind of over here. And we also need to decide where we want our church to go. This actually would have looked nice. Maybe around here. Maybe next time. We'll have to figure out a new spot for that. Let's maybe get our saw pit. I think that could be next for us. And I think let's maybe put our saw pit right there. I really like that location. Now obviously we'll need a little bit more space for a couple more hitching posts. We don't want to overextend our workers too much right at the start. What else do we want to get? Stone gathering camp, we need to wait for some planks in order to do that. I think we basically have all of the basics that we need. So I think we should be good for that. Let's just allow them to collect all that. We got some carts. We want to collect all that, which is nice. And we're already seeing a flaw. Having to go around to kind of collect all that. So I might want to get a little path kind of going through here. So let's maybe take a path, maybe right off of here. And maybe kind of get going like this. Maybe just straight up to where our market is. And then, yeah, honestly, let's just wait until we build enough houses to get rid of this. Because I'd love to get rid of that. But in the meantime, let's maybe just get maybe a path right off of here. Just like that. And then I could get some houses in here. And then this, I might actually take one like off of here and connect to there. We'll see. As far as bandit camps and whether or not we should build an army, we do have quite a bit of bandit camps that we could take. So that would give us a boost in money as well as in influence to maybe claim one of these other regions to build in. I haven't decided if I would like to claim. I mean, we're trying to have a relaxing build here, but I don't necessarily want to wage war on these guys. We'll have to see in the future, but I'd like to take these for sure. And then I can maybe have a nice little build in here. Ooh. Actually, this would look really good on top of here. Maybe in this little area. And what's nice with building a new region, you can just put your settlers camp anywhere you'd like. Begin building there. So you can maybe do something with that. I guess we'll kind of see. I think I might want to build over here. Actually, I really like that spot. I really like that. So let's get back here. We're building some houses. Let's let them finish up here. Okay, there we go. With our 5th house, we have gotten rid of our settlers camp. And we also have an armament delivery. That means we should be able to form a little bit of spearmen. Just for sheer defense. Maybe if some wolves attack us or something. Or maybe those pesky bandits. So let's make sure we build up a little bit of an army. And we also have an upgrade here. So with our current state and what our region looks like, I think let's maybe decide what we need. We don't really need this because we don't even have a hunting camp. We need to get something that would help us focus on our economy, I think. So this one, improved bowyers and joiners. So that would help out with building shields and bows. We don't necessarily need that. Reduce fuel consumption. Let's maybe figure out something else. Clothing durability increase. That's actually interesting. I didn't know they had durability. Sheeps are more resilient. Efficient hunting camps. Again, that doesn't really apply to us. This is all about blacksmith stuff. That could be nice. Okay, this one actually really appeals to us, I think. The Bamberg smallholders. So you can new upgrade small holdings, and I'd love to test that out. That is brand new, so that it actually allows... So picture if you have a vegetable garden. That new vegetable garden becomes an artisan, like maybe a blacksmith, for example. And then that becomes their brand new job, and that is all they will ever do. So small holdings is great. Increased approval from food variety, which is great. Increased success chance for planting trees. That is what we really need. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock that. And that is the only upgrade we can get. All of these are coming soon. So I imagine there's going to be lots more upgrades for us in the future. We really need to focus on tree planting because this is all we really have. And I know it may seem like a lot, but if we're going to have a long, successful village build here, we're going to need lots of trees. So that'll be good for us. And now that we've gotten rid of all of those, let's maybe just take a nice little path going through here. And maybe even up like that. And then we can have maybe something in here. I'd like to build these kind of just like, I'll maybe show you right now. If I can get some houses right in here, kind of facing into our little marketplace there. Let's go ahead and build some more houses here. We only have 2 timber, so even one house here would be kind of cool. I actually kind of like that, to be honest. I'm going to build that. Just one house, have a little bit of variety. And then throughout here, I can maybe get some more houses here. But let's just focus on getting our approval rating up. We're already at 54%, 55% now. And we are currently liked. Oh, that's actually climbing quite fast. So that's awesome. We could maybe... I think these might even be full. Yeah, that's full. So we need to get somebody on our granary to empty that stuff out. And I bet you this is full as well. Actually, not quite. Not quite. I want to see these guys fish. Here this guy comes down. He's going to do a little bit eel fishing. Off he goes. Oh, good cast. I guess they didn't really have the long lines like they did. I think they do now, but he's already caught an eel. That's quite nice. And you also have carp, so you have your regular fishing ponds in the game, as well as the eels. But eels are more for rivers, maybe little lakeside communities. So yeah, there he goes, catching lots of fish. He's doing quite well with that. Oh, I just love this little cliff face. I think it looks really good. Okay, what else do we need to focus on building? Maybe a church next. A church might be kind of nice, because even that could maybe go right in here. No, I actually don't have enough room. I'd actually love to get my church in there. I might see if I can expand this a little bit more. Maybe into here, and then I might be able to build it. So let's go ahead and move this road. And that is a big road to move. Let's just take that. And let's see if we can shorten this a little bit more. So let's take this. Actually, I guess we don't necessarily have to have this path going out back. It would be nice actually. So let's rebuild this. Just go into there. And then we can kind of get going around here. And then maybe still come up through here, but we gotta make sure we have enough room for this thing. So let's take this right tight over here and maybe curl it kind of just around here. And then up through here. And then just kind of continue it back to there. I think that should maybe fit now. Let's see. Could we get our church in there? Actually, I think we could. We just don't have enough resources currently, so I think that might work. Let's take this and just get it straight like that, and then we'll just take this to there as well.
Splendid work on the roof, good sirs.
Splendid work, good sirs. Let's just take that and reconnect. That might actually be connected. Who knows? We'll also have to get going around this. Back to our border hut. Just like that. Perfect. Back to normal. And then once we get some, I guess we'll have to start working on some planks. Let's maybe set that to highest priority, so we can start getting planks. New families are beginning to move in, which is lovely. We're up to 60%. We also need to get some fuel pretty soon here. Fuel. Let's get our woodcutter's lodge. And I could maybe put this... Where do I want to put our woodcutter's lodge? Let's maybe just put it kind of back. Maybe just over here. And then we could just take this kind of around and get going through here. And then kind of going into our forest. And then we can just connect these just like that. So we have a couple more entrances. I think I like that. And then it allows more room for building. If I wanted another logging camp, maybe a forester's hut, we'll also need that. Right away actually, since we'll have to rebuild some houses. Looks like our saw pit is done. Now we currently have 35 planks. Let's take a family off of there, and in fact, let's maybe double down on our logging camp for now. The other new thing is we'll have to actually get some extra tools here. So we only have 7 tools. Honestly, before we run out, I've ran into this problem before. I will have to get a bloomery fairly soon if we can. Let's actually create a little bit of room throughout here for something like a bloomery, maybe next to the tree like that. And let's put one maybe, where do I want to put this? Maybe right next to, I don't want to get that rid of that tree. Let's just go right there. And it'll actually keep it in the front yard. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, let's build our bloomery. And let's go ahead and build our church as well. I guess we'll need a little bit more timber before we can do that. So hopefully we can get this in here. I'm really, really hoping. I think we gotta be able to. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. I think that should fit. Right there. I can do it. That's perfect. I'm gonna get my church right there. Kind of facing all of this. That's actually so cool. Okay. We can build that there. Little path extension there into there as well. That's perfect. So they're gonna start building our church. It literally just barely fit in there, so I'm quite happy about that. Let's maybe start getting some mines would be nice. Let's go ahead and build a mine. Maybe for this, let's just build that right there. And then I need to get maybe this path going all the way through here. And let's kind of figure out how we'd like to go through the trees here. Maybe just like this. It looks like a little bit of an opening here. And then we can kind of get going down the hill. Obviously, this iron will be quite heavy, even in a hand cart. But let's just get that going. Kind of just like this. Little squiggly line. Make it a little easier for them to come up the hill. But there we go. Oh, they're actually already done. Let's get, yeah, let's get 3 families on there right now, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll also need to get a smithy. So with that, we'll need a little bit of stone. Let's maybe get a little stone gathering camp. We have quarries now, and that is for deep deposits. You can only use that for rich stone deposits. We'll need to get a stone gathering camp. And, oh, I can maybe even put it like right in the middle. Would that be cool? I don't want to do that. That'll get rid of some stuff. Should we try it? Let's maybe put that right there. Oh, that's actually so cool. Have that right in the middle. And then I could maybe just have a little path. Maybe, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take this, maybe right here, and get going across. And then I could just take a little path and go to there. That's awesome. We already have that ready to go. So let's go ahead and get some stone. Lots of rain coming down. And I think they might have even made the rain even more frequent. It just looks like, oh, look at this town. This is looking so good. With the heavy rain coming down. The clouds are crying. Who offended them? This is a lot of rain. Yeah, there you go. I'm so glad we were able to get our church built up. And they built that fast. I'm actually kind of impressed. We have quite a bit of timber. Let's get a few more houses in here if we can. You know what? I actually kind of like that. I could maybe build it like that. Or I really like that actually. Gives them a nice big backyard in there. Let's go ahead and do that. And it keeps everything nice and open. I think that should be good. And then let's maybe even get a... Oh, I guess we need more planks now. We're out of planks. Let's free up one worker on our logging camp and get them on our saw pit instead. We'll also need to start collecting some firewood. It is August, so winter is right around the corner, as well as fall, so it's going to get a little bit colder. We have our bloomery. I guess we don't need to have 3 families on there. Let's just have 1, in fact. And now we can start chopping wood. And maybe even get somebody on our bloomery. And now that we have some rubble stone, I could probably get... What did I want to get? A smithy. So we'll need a little bit of planks for that. So let's speed this up a tiny bit more here. Till we get some planks. I'm excited for that. This path? Oh. Shoot. I need to get this in here again. Let's take this up here. I guess I deleted it in the heat of the moment. So let's just take this up the hill. And just get it going up to there. There, that's perfect. I might even like that better than the last one. Harvest season has started. And we do not have a farm quite yet. We'll have to wait till we get some more people moving in. Yeah, a very, very nice little town. It's very small though. Not a lot of room for building large quantities of houses. But we have 20 soldiers. And in fact, this might actually be a good opportunity to, let's take those guys out. And let's see if we can find a bandit camp to take. So these guys, if you get too close to 2 of them, they're both going to attack at the same time. Let's maybe go take this one. We will have to march through these lands. Let's kind of go the long way up here. So yeah, let's maybe go up here. Let's just get them walking. We don't need to use any unnecessary energy. Let's get them up the hill there. I think that'll be good. Let's quickly take a look at these guys. Actually a nice little build. We got some nice little 90-degree angle builds. Oh my god. I take it back. They're gonna have some thick calf muscles after all that. I didn't even know it was possible to do that. Oh gosh. We have floating houses, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, for the most part, they got the stone all the way to the ground, but this one, I don't see that lasting too long. That's interesting. I don't know if I agree with that, but yeah. I love this game. There's just gonna be so much comedy with the AI builders here, but for the most part, their town looks good. These houses look normal. That is comedic. Let's check out the other ones. Let's see if we can, They kind of have something similar going on here. A little bit more normal, but yeah, actually looks pretty good. Everything's nice and condensed. I'd say this is probably the better town of the two so far. And then over here, you also have, I'd say this is my favorite. Comment down below, rank them. What's your favorite? I think this one's definitely my favorite. Got that nice big hill in the background. It's actually quite nice. And they didn't build their farms on the edge of a cliff. So yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Okay, these guys are getting a little bit, they're going wide enough, I'd say. So we can start cutting this way. And, oh, this is, I might want to have my battle maybe down here. Let's see if we can lure them into our little trap here. If we have our fight right on the hill here, I think that would be trouble. They would have the high ground and Obi-Wan would win. We don't want that. We don't want him winning. So let's see. We might even have to go a little bit closer. And then once they start coming for us, let's go back. And get to a more level fighting ground here. So let's maybe set up right there. We still have some guys coming. So we'll have to wait for them as well. Yeah, here they come. About 18 men. Let's get shield wall. Shield to shield. Okay, here they come. They're going to come down the hill. Let's maybe angle. Kind of like that. Here they come in the heavy rain. So let's make sure we're on standard ground. Soldiers try to stand their ground. Defense is doubled. So that is quite nice. But attack is halved. So we want to make sure we maybe shield wall once they absorb it for their defense. And then I'll do a push forward and soldiers try to push forward with their full force. So that will use some of their energy. Rip their heads off. That is not very relaxing. Here they come for the first little charge here. So let's see if we can absorb it. Yep, looks like they're absorbing that quite nicely. Hold, men. Hold. And now let's go ahead and push forward. Let's see if we can have some success with this. So now they're pushing with their full might. This is going to cost a lot of energy. Oh man, I just love this game. The fighting mechanics, the rain in the background. Even though the rain is letting up, which is nice. Makes fighting a little bit easier. Pick a man, see if they'll survive. It's kind of like a little game I like to play. Okay, let's see if we've lost any men. We've lost one man. But we did end up winning that fight, so that's awesome. Let's take this. And I don't know if I want to get too greedy and take another one after this. Let's speed this up while they come up the hill. Yeah, let's take this one. Another bandit camp was sighted. Let's maybe do... Let's send it to our treasury, because then what we can do, and watch the magic with this. Yeah, these guys, their losses, fatigue is taking a toll on them, and reason losses, so that's actually -3, but we also have plus 25 experience. Let's maybe, I could probably get away with going down this hill. Let's maybe set up right here, and see if they end up coming at us here. I don't want to get greedy, but I also want to get greedy. I'd love to get some money in our regional wealth. So let's see if we can lure these guys, and I also want them to rest up. Okay, they are coming at us. Let's put them on standard ground. Shield wall, man, quick. Fast as you can. Absorb the initial attack. And then push forward and shield wall. So they are quite fatigued, which will not help their case. But I think they should have some good success no matter what. Or the bandits will just kill all of our guys and we will have to restart everything. I don't think that should be the case. I think we should be able to win this fight here. Oh man, I just love that you can just pick any old location, like right under a giant cliff face, to have a giant fight. Oh, it's just so epic. Okay, how are we doing? Are we winning this fight? Are we losing? We've lost 1 man and they've lost 8. So I'd say we are doing pretty good. We got 4. What are these cowards doing? Just sitting back there doing nothing. Go around, stab them in the back. Oh, double kill. Okay, we have taken that and only lost 1 man. So I will take that any day of the week. Let's go ahead and take that bandit camp. And I think what I might do is send that to a regional wealth. Just so we have a little bit of money for ourselves. Okay, I like that. Let's go back to our town. I think we've done enough. We've done enough damage, so we got lots of experience for those guys. Recent losses is definitely paying a toll on them. Let's send them back to heal up. And what I might even do, we have our forager camp. Let's get some herbs to allow our guys to heal, and it should prevent. Oh, whoa! Oh, we got some retinue coming out. What are they doing? They're just going for a little stroll. They're gonna go do some patrols. I don't know where they're gonna go. They might end up dying here, actually. Oh, they might be going for these guys. Oh, these guys are coming for us. Okay, that's interesting. They're coming from this bandit camp, so it looks like we might have attracted them. Let's allow them to just rest up and regain their strength. Let's make sure we don't get burned to the ground here. Yeah, here these guys come. Oh, might have dodged a bullet, in fact. So now we're going to see a little fight between them and the retinue. That'll be interesting. 5 versus 18. They better hope their guys are fearsome. We got lots of money in our regional wealth now. Let's maybe double down our woodcutter's lodge because it's October. We'll definitely want to do that. And maybe might be a little bit too early for that. Actually, you know what? They could maybe do. No, let's put them on. We got lots of planks. Let's stop getting planks. And we have about 2 families that we can put on here. We could maybe put another family on here, in fact. And this is set to 80. Let's maybe set, since it's 390, let's maybe set it to like 200 instead. Just so they're able to repopulate as fast as possible. Let's do that, and that still gives us lots of fish. We have 9 months of food, which is amazing. And then our mushrooms, we will want to make sure we collect all of those before winter comes. Yeah, but lots of rubble stone. Let's even, let's take them off of there. Let's just really step back. Like, we'll need somebody on our storehouse. And we could also upgrade all of this. We don't quite need to upgrade these. Yeah, let's maybe wait a little bit. Yeah, having 1 on each will be nice. Got some more market areas. We have our church. What else could we upgrade? I think more oxen would be nice. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I kind of like having this kind of open. Just free for just kind of running around. Gotta let the kids kind of run and be free. As far as another thing we could build, let's maybe start getting clay. Since we're going to have the people available. So let's go ahead, get that there. And then we could maybe have a little path kind of going up through here and to there. And maybe even just continue down to there. I could maybe even get a house in here. Who knows? Actually, this would be really cool. Have some houses kind of tucked in here. I really like that, actually. Let's build some houses in here. Yeah, maybe like that, and then we can get going to there. And let's just build a few houses in here. And maybe allow a couple of doubles. Let's do that. I really like that. And actually having houses all the way around here would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? But, I mean, our foragers, they like nature. We don't want to be surrounded by houses too much. So let's kind of leave a little bit of room over here. And we still have another family that we could put somewhere. Let's maybe get our logging camp going a little bit faster. And we're only at 3 tools, so we will need to upgrade our town. In fact, we can do that right now. So I'd like to say, well, I guess we don't need to have, yeah, let's upgrade those, but I'd like to get a smithy. Let's maybe have a smithy right here, or maybe even here if we can. A smithy would be nice. Maybe actually like right. I don't know where I want to get my smithy. Let's just put it over here, kind of out of the way. And then over here I can maybe get some houses. I actually kind of like that. I'll probably only have room for maybe 1 in here. And we have some fighting happening, I think. Enemy units spotted. Yeah, where are these? Okay, we have our fight happening right now, actually. Let's check this out. So we've already lost 1 unit of retinue. Oh, wow. They're having some success, though. I worry about them getting fatigued. Oh, no, they're losing guys. They are losing guys left, right, and center. So they only have about 1 guy left. Maybe 2. You better hope they are strong. Not even the bandits. They can't even kill. Oh, they're actually doing pretty good. Okay, there's only 1 guy left. Oh, that's sad. 1 left. Let's see how he does. He's actually doing pretty good. I need this guy in our army. But unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna survive. Oh, he's gone. So, actually, while they're out like that, I might want to go take these. Should I? They might end up patrolling. No, that is way too many guys for us to fight. In fact, I could maybe hire some guys here. So these guys only cost 50. Let's go ahead and get them out. Let's see where they're coming from. They're coming from over here. Okay, so we could take this bandit camp. I think it might even be free. Let's go take that. And then these guys, oh no. They are, they're in pillaging mode. Oh, that's not good for this region. Oh no. I might have to save these guys. I don't want them to burn it down. Oh no. And they've lost their only unit of retinue too. That is not good. But let's go take this as quick as we can. And in case they want to have a little fight, I'm just going to send these guys down. Actually, maybe these guys. And let's split up here. Let's see if we can save this town. Oh no. This is not good for this region. Yeah, that's going to leave a dent. That's going to leave a mark. They are not going to like what's about to happen. The bandits are banding together and they are taking regions. What if the bandits just took out all of our regions and the video ends in about 5 minutes time? Oh no. This is not good. We got our oxen, those 3 of them. Man, we didn't use our oxen to fight. Look at these things, they're huge. No, it's gonna kill this one. Oh no, you killed the ox? What a jerk, look at him chanting. But I mean, this is prime medieval times. They suck at starting fires. Spoils of war. Let's send that to our treasury, just so we can kind of pay for these guys. Yeah, here come these guys. Let's maybe set up right at the top of the hill, just so they are nice and fatigued by the time they get to the top. Let's put them on shield wall. And let's go help these guys out if we can. We got these guys coming, and then these guys, I don't know where they ended up going, but should be able to take these guys out though. Let's maybe angle out like that. Yeah, here they come. Let's maybe angle a little bit more. Actually, I don't know where they're really going. Let's just attack them. Attack, attack, attack. There we go. Gotta rely on those mercenaries to help you out. Yeah, these guys probably won't last very long. Yeah, there they go. Got some good influence from that, which is nice. And here comes these guys. Let's charge right in. Full force, men. Yeah, here they come. Oh no. Run, lady, run. Oh no, that's also They're hiding right now. They're gonna hide in the manor. They're also running to the church to hide. Run, people, run. Here comes those pesky bandits, but we're running down the hill. Gandalf style. Oh man. Okay, let's clash here. That is quite the hill. That is literally probably just as steep as the one they ran down in Lord of the Rings. Still will never understand how those horses didn't fall. Come on, men. We should have some good success, and I'm glad I saved this town. I mean, they tried to light it on fire, but I don't know what they did wrong, but they didn't end up burning anything, which is nice. Let's see here. How are we doing? Still got about 10 guys left. Let's clean these guys up. And now we still have about 23 days with these guys. Let's maybe split up and take some of these bandit camps. There's one up here as well. We'll maybe get our spearmen to take these two, and then I'm gonna send these guys up here. And there's actually some bandits. So off you go. Let's take these guys out. Let's watch the charge here. Oh, we missed it. Shoot. That's my bad. Let's watch another little fight here. This is a more even fight. Just kidding. It's not. Look at our guys' armor. They're basically wearing, like, I don't know what you want to call that. Fridges for helmets? I don't know. That was weird. But they got helmets. Nice little metal helmets. And these guys don't. So, I mean, do the math. You want to have a helmet when you're fighting. Let's take that. Let's send that to our nearest town. And then actually let's jump to these guys. And let's get them over here. Oh, there's actually some bandits over there. We're actually losing a lot of men here, which is quite interesting. Hopefully they don't... We haven't lost any? Oh my goodness. Are we about to lose all of our men? Oh my gosh. We're literally gonna lose. What? Okay, let's... Wow, okay, our effectiveness is 13%. We are literally about to lose? Seriously? Okay, maybe let's just go take this. Can we take that? Somebody's got to be able to get it. We just need one guy. Come on, can you collect that? Oh no, that's not good. Well, we just lost that entire unit. How are these guys doing? Should I do a little bit better? I'm actually let these guys rest up. I can't afford to lose both of them. Let's just set up right here. Put them on stand your ground. Then maybe shield wall. And then allow them to rest up a little bit. I can't believe we literally lost. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's just speed it up and allow all of these guys to die. Come on, just take that, please. Shoot, I can't believe that. Broken. Wow. I didn't think that would be possible. They got absolutely slaughtered. Yeah, these guys are doing a little bit better. So there we go. Let's just get them walking and let's go take this one. I'm kind of scared to send them up towards these ones. Oh, they're gonna burn this town to the ground. Here they go. Yeah, looks like they're gonna... A new message. I'll send that to our treasury. Just we have some more. Oh, here they come. These are the most fearsome warriors I have ever seen. They literally just took out a full unit of our mercenaries. As I was saying, there's no chance they would win. Well, here we go. This is what happens. I think they'll probably... For some reason, I think these guys know how to start fires. Yeah, they're probably gonna start some fires here. Yep. It has begun. Oh, these poor people. Run, run for your lives. Oh, that is not good. Okay, let's check back over here. Did we take that? We did. Let's just get walking towards these guys. Let's maybe set up right there. This poor town. Look at the fire. And honestly, you can't really be too mad because it just looks so beautiful. Like, look at these. Oh my gosh. Just, what a gorgeous game. They're just torching everything. I love how they just like spread out and torch the entire town. Not like you have to click on one building at a time. They just say torch it all, and they do. Yeah, we still have 3 days. I might have to pay these guys again to go take these guys out. Okay, that's good. They're coming up. And while they have torched the entire town, where are these guys? Let's get set up maybe right there. I don't know where they end up going. They kind of just disappeared. Let's rest up as much as we can. And while they're resting, let's go back to our town and let's see if there's anything that needs doing. We had a couple more people move in, which is nice. Nobody's burned our town to the ground. It's November, we got about 7 months of fuel. Let's take them off of our forager hut. We have a couple houses to build back there. Let's start mining some clay. We'll also need to get a clay furnace. So this I could maybe put over here as well. Or maybe even right in the trees there. We have quite a bit of generic storage, so I guess they could maybe just take from there. But it's right next to our storehouse anyway, so that's a perfect location for that. And then let's maybe get a couple houses in here. I don't know what I will do. Let's do... That's kind of weird. Let's maybe build 2 facing that way. That looks a little bit better. Okay, those guys should be well rested. Let's go see where they're at. Let's see if we can help these people. Is there any way I can send them money or something? These poor people. They lost literally everything. Let's go take this bandit camp. I think it's right for the taking. I have no idea what happened to those bandits. So I'm a little bit worried they're just gonna like ambush us or something. But our effectiveness is quite a bit better. Yeah, I have no idea what happened to these guys. It is currently winter now, so we gotta make sure we... Yeah, we'll see what happens with those guys, but let's go check back over here. Winter is falling. Winter has fell. We need to start getting some, our smithy is still ready. Let's send this to our treasury in case we need a little bit more soldiers. Let's get this ready to go so we can start getting tools. Yeah, that should be good. Got our logging camp. I might even want to move this to... I feel like I need to create more space in here for building houses. It's a little bit congested. I don't know. What do you guys think? I might move this eventually. But not yet. We don't need anybody there. Let's just build our... Let's actually get rid of those guys. We don't have to pay them again. They have done great work for us. Let's make sure we get that built. Okay, there we go. We have delivered the last piece that we need. We got that ready to go. So let's get somebody making some tools now. Right in time, because we still have 2 of them. So I think we caught that in good time. We're building some houses over there. And in fact, I think we have quite a bit of timber. Let's move this. Let's move it maybe in this little opening over there. And now this is kind of awkward. I might have to move all of this stuff as well. Let's maybe move all of this. Woodcutter's Lodge. Now is a great time to do all of this, I think. Saw pit I will also move. Let's just put that right there. And if I could just create quite a bit of space over here, that would be quite nice. And instead of, let's maybe do this instead. Let's get a couple of hitching posts way out here. And not even build a few more. Let's get those built up right away, just so I don't have to move the other ones, and then we'll lose our oxes. Just like that. Hopefully I can build that stuff pretty fast. And then I'd love to get a couple more oxes if possible too. Let's do that. Let's upgrade those. And then we will need some more planks, obviously. Let's maybe do that next. Yeah, kind of moving all of this is very... is a good idea, I think, in my books. And then this one I might actually just demolish. Our well is also in a weird location now. Sometimes you gotta move some stuff around, shake up the earth. Let's maybe put our well right there. Yeah, I like this a lot better. Get rid of these little paths. And then maybe even clean this up a little bit more. And maybe these as well. I think that looks a lot better. Now I can just take this and get going all the way around like that. And then maybe take this up. Kind of just like this, and then I can connect back to there. I like that a lot better. Now I can get some houses throughout here. This looks a little bit awkward now. Let's maybe just take this to like here maybe. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. And then this I might actually fix. There, that's perfect. That's a lot better. We have a new upgrade, which is nice. And let's just take this just like that. That is a lot cleaner in my books. We'll have to kind of collect all of the supplies now. And then maybe even move this. So I can get some houses around here as well. Let's maybe do that. Let's move it before it's too late. Let's get our bloomery. Maybe actually over here. Or right there actually looks like a perfect spot. I can get a couple of things there. And then that frees up a lot of extra space in here. I could probably take this. I guess we'll have to wait until we move all that stuff. We have 11 people available. We have these ready to go now. Let's get 3 workers on there. Maybe 2 on our woodcutter. And then our saw pit will also get somebody. So we can start getting some planks. And then what I might actually do right off the bat here is get a charcoal kiln. Where would be a good location for that? Maybe over here? Let's maybe just take a little road up through here. Just like that. And then I can get a couple of charcoal kilns in here. Just like that. And then we can start turning our firewood into charcoal. It takes 1 firewood to turn into 2 charcoal. So it's actually so much more fuel efficient. And if you guys didn't know, you can sell charcoal, and it is one of the best things you can sell for money. So our trading post, we haven't figured this out yet. Where is our nearest trade point? Oh my gosh. Okay, up here it looks like. That's not too bad actually. I can just get a little path kind of going through there. So our trading post, oh, would have fit so perfectly in here. Okay, I can probably just put it here though. It is going to get rid of a couple of trees, but I think that's a perfect location for that. And then let's just take a little path kind of going down here. Let's maybe just take it right off of here. And then just get going somewhat down through here. There, that should be perfect. We have a new message. Okay, we have some raiders coming towards us, so let's track their movement. Oh, this kind of just reminds me of like the peace building in Stronghold. Like nobody's trying to attack you other than like wolves and maybe some raiders. That's basically what this is. It really takes me back. I'm loving this game so far. If you guys are enjoying these videos, again, like the video. It definitely helps out. And I like to hear your guys' feedback in the comments as well. What a gorgeous game. I think what I might do is I never actually reconnected this path back here. Hopefully that didn't trigger any of you. So hopefully let's let's get this going back here. We can kind of swivel it going all the way this way and maybe just connect it. Maybe just like that, maybe. I kind of like that. Looks a little bit better. Have a nice little walking path back there. You can't just build the city streets and say it's good enough. You gotta have nice little walking trails for these people. They like to live too. In fact, I might even build a nice little walking trail near the river. I guess we'll kind of see. Looks a little bit tight down there. But everything looks pretty good. I mean, we have 6 unassigned families, so we could probably do a little bit better with that. I have all this kind of rebuilt. Let's maybe get somebody on here to replant some trees. Let's take a look at our fertility really quick. So obviously we built there. There's a little bit up here and some up here where you can't even get to. Actually, is that glitched? Can I? No, I can't. Shoot. Well, no rye fertility. Honestly, I can do a little bit of a farm down here maybe, but it's quite far away. But actually, I kind of like that. Just have a nice little farm down here. I could maybe do that. But as far as where I'd like to replant some trees, I mean, I could probably do in this general area, but I'd also like to build in this area. So let's maybe do some houses. I could probably just have a little path going off of here. And get some houses in here. So let's take this and get going all the way around. Sometimes it doesn't cooperate. So you gotta go this way. That's one thing I actually noticed with this new update. This whole system seems to be a little bit weird sometimes. Let's maybe try it going this way. There we go. Well, that makes a lot more sense. I kind of moved this path back here. Sometimes it can be a little bit finicky. Let's get some houses in there. And then if this isn't too steep, I'd like to maybe get a couple back here as well. Let's maybe just get going off of here. Maybe even right off of there. And then we can kind of do that right to there. And then I guess maybe kind of like that. Then we could get some houses in there. And then I might even just take this path and get it going straight like that. Just so it makes a little bit more sense. Get a nice little junction in here kinda. And that kind of cleans that area up a little bit. Yeah, that'll kind of widen our town and expand it a little bit. I think that'll definitely be nice. Oh, and we also need to reconnect this path. Like so. There we go. So we have our marketplace. That is pretty maxed out. So let's maybe even get a couple more workers on here. And we could probably even upgrade those. Of course, we'll need a little bit more timber now. Let's maybe permanently assign an ox. We only have 3. So I guess we could maybe... We have our small stables. Let's order another ox and upgrade these. I think that'd be a good thing to do. And in this build, I don't think we'll even need too many soldiers. We could maybe take some other ones, but we do have enough to claim another region. So let's maybe get a new build kind of started here. So like I said, I kind of wanted to build up here. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe kind of near this region. Let's maybe do, honestly, like right in here would be super cool. Are there any other cool little locations in here? I mean, any one of these spots would be quite beautiful. I think let's maybe do a little settlers camp, maybe right... Oh, I need to actually claim it first, actually. Let's go ahead and claim that. And since it's unclaimed, it's only 1,000. I wonder if we could do 2 at once. We don't actually have enough. So while we're claiming that, let's get back to here and see what else we need. Let's definitely focus on getting a couple more oxes. That would help quite a bit. And we have a little bit of firewood. So let's maybe throw a worker or 2 on these. Stone gathering camp. Yeah, we're just going to build some more houses to free up a little bit more space for people to move into. I think that'd be good. We're getting a little bit of clay. In fact, where did my clay furnace go? So we have a bloomer here. Trading post going there. I think I maybe put... right here. So we'll have to get that kind of filled. In fact, let's maybe... Could I order another one soon? Where else did I put a lot of other people? We got our logging camp full. Woodcutters full. And we also have some people on here. Let's maybe fill up this area for now. Or maybe even back here might be kind of nice. Yeah, let's get them to do maybe up here. We have taken that region now, so we could start a little build if we'd like. We are smithy. We got about 13 tools. And I don't know how we have that many. Are we importing them? We only just got our trading post now. And we don't have anybody in our bloomery right now, so I guess what I could do... Okay, do we have any leather? No pelts. Let's maybe turn this into a tailor's workshop. We don't need to do it yet because we actually don't even have a sheep farm. So let's maybe focus on that really fast here, so we can build in our other region as quickly as we can. So sheep farm, let's get one of those. And I think I can maybe even have... Where do I want to have all this? I think our sheep farm can kind of be tucked in like that. Tucked into bed, just like that. And then I'll get this going out somewhat like this. And then I'm just going to take a road straight up. And then I can, that'll free up a little bit of space to have some pastures. Some nice big pastures going through here. Let's get one there. One here. And I think that should be plenty. That'll give us 40, 36. So that's actually quite good. And then we'll also need to get a livestock trading post wherever they move that. Let's get one of those, and let's maybe put it... Where do I want to put that? Maybe even right next to here. I think that's a good location. Put it right next to our trading post. And then we can start a little farm here with our sheep. And then I guess with that, I could eventually get our tailor's workshop. Okay, during this rainy spring day, let's go start a new build here. So let's take a look at our starting resources actually. We have rich wild animals, we have some mushrooms, we have rich clay, iron, and stone. So that's not too bad. Do we have any fertility? Oh, where I wanted to build... Actually, no, I wanted to build over here, so that's probably perfect. Yes, it's not very fertile. That would be a great spot to build. And then we could have a farm over here. There's actually quite a bit of fertility in this land, so we could take advantage of that. Let's get our settlers camp. Maybe even... I think I'd like to imagine they may be settled maybe right there. We'll just get a modest start. That'll cost quite a bit of money otherwise. We do have some money in our treasury. Hopefully we don't get attacked anytime soon by those pesky bandits. Let's just get a path going back to our King's Road maybe to start. I guess let's just take a path right off of here and maybe get going through the trees like this, and then get right to our camp like so. I don't mind that. And since they might be coming that way, let's also get a little Y branch there. Okay, that's good. We could probably start taking these trees out. I think my main town will kind of be right in the middle here. I mean, we have our wild animals way over there, and then we have our mushrooms over there. So we'll probably have to put, I mean, the bulk of everything. Like I said, I want to have a little build in here, but I think it makes more sense to have our granary and everything this way. So I'll start off with a logging camp. Let's maybe stay away from that. Let's just get our logging camp maybe right in the middle there. We'll also need to get a hunting camp. Since it's way over here, that's actually quite unfortunate that it is so far away. Let's just get that kind of tucked in there. And then we can just get a little path kind of going down here. Let's maybe go a little bit wider so then we can seamlessly connect to there. That'll be good. And then we also need to get a forager hut for our mushrooms. Maybe right there along the King's Road might be fine. Yeah, we really need to focus on keeping things nice and steady here, nice and happy. Let's maybe move our hitching post. Where do I want to move that? Honestly, just right there might be fine. And that kind of frees all this up. We're gonna need a granary and a storehouse. So let's maybe get that. Oh, it'd be so cool to have it right there. And in fact, I might do it. Honestly, that's actually quite central. And if I want to build my town in here, I can. Let's just have our granary. Actually, can I demolish that? I guess they're gonna build that up. Let's maybe get our storehouse here. And then I could build my granary and place that. I am gonna move our hitching post. I really like the idea of having it right next to this little bush of trees here. So that should be nice. And let's get a little path going this way. Maybe kind of just through here. Coming back to our main town. Maybe just a nice long path going that way. And then I can maybe even build some houses on either side of that. And then something throughout here. That's a good start while they are building that. I guess we'll have to wait until they get all that constructed. We have our hunting camp ready to go. So let's get them hunting. Again, quite the shame that it's so far away, but I mean, we can't all be blessed with such a small little region. So, gotta pick and choose your battles, I guess. How are we doing over here? We got quite a bit of houses built up. These are almost ready to go. I think this should be almost be done. Set that to highest priority. Just so we can start ordering some things. I think might be nice. Mining camp. I'd like to free up a worker somewhere. We're getting some charcoal, so that's good. In fact, let's maybe keep them on there. I can free up one worker there and get them on our trading post. Order an ox, or a horse, sorry. Let's order a horse. And what could we sell? We could sell some charcoal, probably. So let's export that. Let's set it to... Actually, 60 was fine. 60 is fine with me. And since it is a major trade, we will need a trade route. So let's go ahead and export that stuff. And what else could we get that would make us tons of money? I think we're probably going to end up sending or selling clothes once I get tons of sheep in here. I also need to get that built up. But I think that's good. Until we get some more people, that is perfect. Let's maybe upgrade our well before that is too late and then we run out of water and then people die of thirst. We don't want that. Hunting camp. That is ready to go, so let's go ahead and get that built up. Woodcutter's Lodge. Let's just put it right there. And then while we're at it, let's get one of those as well. That is perfect. Let's not over... Actually, we're going to move this now. Now that I think of it, let's actually put this maybe right over there instead. And now I can get my granary in here. Not enough goods, so we just gotta wait until we get some timber. That is perfectly fine. And then yeah, I could get some houses throughout here. I think that'll look lovely. And I really like the rich clay. I can definitely make lots of roof tiles and some money off of that. Back over here, we have our rich mushrooms, which we don't have anybody on there, so let's go ahead and throw somebody on there. We probably have lots of firewood. Yeah, let's make sure we take care of that. Take care of that. We actually have 2 people on there, which actually we have to set these to highest priority because right now, yeah, storehouse, let's also upgrade that. There's not enough people to actually keep this thing empty. Like, they're completely wasted right now. Maybe let's get somebody on our bloomery in the meantime. We got a little bit of iron ore, so we can start doing that. And our smithy, we currently have somebody on there for some reason. Maybe I had somebody on here. I don't know what happened here. I'm playing a day later, so I don't actually know what the heck's going on. Okay, I think that's fine. I don't think we ever had anybody on there. I think I just whoopsed and had somebody on there. Yeah, that's good. And eventually I'd like to even build in like all of these regions. I think that'd be so cool. We do have a bandit camp over here. In fact, could we... Are these guys nice and healed up? I guess we could maybe go try and take that. Let's just keep them walking. And let's just start going this way. See what happens. How are these guys doing? So they are forced to rebuild quite a bit of stuff since it's all burnt to the ground. I might even be able to help them up here. Who knows? I can't wait until it's like stronghold and then you can like be allies with these guys and like send them money. They can send you money. I think that'd be so cool. So here those guys come. And I think we have one more worker available. So let's maybe get one on our clay furnace. We're building that stuff, which is good. I'm excited for that. Hope you guys are too. But yeah, we definitely need to get more money in our treasury. I think we got quite a bit in our regional wealth. So getting some in our treasury would be nice. However, this is super far away, so if I send it to our nearest region, I think that would be this one. So that would kind of boost our economy there. What do I want to do? That is the question. So let's wait until these guys come. Let's make sure they actually win this fight. Who knows, these bandits might be just as tough as the ones up here. So let's get these guys in place. Once they start coming towards us, we will stop. Is there any guys here? There is. They should be coming pretty soon. Here they come. Let's maybe just set up right out in the open here. Just like that. And maybe angle a little bit with a shield wall. I think that should be nice and strong. And hopefully with the rain, all of these guys will slip and fall right into our spears. That is kind of the hope. Sometimes it always doesn't work, or it doesn't always work. Yeah, here we go. Hopefully this works out quite nicely. Here comes the charge. There we go, men. Look at the shields. I can't wait to be able to like upgrade weapons too. Like you can get helmets, chainmail, all that stuff, but like upgrading your shield to like a... I guess you wouldn't want more than a wooden one, that'd be super heavy, but let's push forward and let's see if we can have some success here. Better spears. Like I'm picturing golden shields, golden spears. Like I want like just like elves basically. I want just perfect soldiers. Look at the flowers. Are you guys just noticing that? This is the most beautiful scene of a battle I've ever seen. That's quite nice. Flowers everywhere. I wish my grass looked like that. Okay, how are we doing here? Are we having some success? Oh yeah, we are. We didn't lose a single man. So let's go ahead and take that. And then again, I might send it to our treasury. Just to make sure we have enough to maybe claim another region. If we'd like. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Send it to our treasury. And then we can get these guys all the way back to whence they came. Okay, that's good. So let's check over here again. How are we doing? So we're hunting. Should be getting a decent amount. In fact, our generic storage is a little bit full right now. So let's get somebody on our storehouse to keep that empty. And if you guys didn't know, generic storage is for your storehouse, pantry, that's for your granary. So kind of just by the little indications there, kind of tells you that. So this one, that one, and your granary obviously looks like the little basket. Okay, there we go. We got our hedging post ready to go. And in fact, let's get another one. Maybe on the other side so we can get a second oxen. Okay, that's good. We got 2 on there. Now let's maybe start building some houses. So I could probably get... what do I want to do? I could probably split this up maybe like this. And then just kind of have some houses going along these. Kind of like that. And then have like kind of little blocks. Might be kind of nice. And then I could reconnect the back of them in the future. In fact, let's maybe do that right now. Kind of just like that. And then over here, what do I want to do? I could probably just do this. Maybe. And then leave this kind of open maybe? I don't know. That's up for discussion. I could probably get our granary now. So let's go ahead and get that built. And I think a marketplace right in front of here, or maybe even right here actually would be kind of nice. Let's put a little marketplace right in here. I think that's a good location. Tons of little market stalls, and it's kind of right here. Actually really like that. We got 7 timber, so let's go ahead and get some houses. Let's start with these. I could face it that way. Let's maybe face it towards our market. And we only got 1 timber left, so that's fine. Yeah, this should be a nice little build on top of the hill here. I'd also love to come into here. So I imagine I will definitely expand into here. And in fact, now we could take this maybe out. Maybe I'll leave it a little bit wider. Maybe kind of like that. And I could get some houses in here. We'll see how that looks. But yeah, we got our market area. That should be nice. I'm excited for that. We don't have anybody in here yet. Let's go ahead and start collecting some mushrooms. And maybe take a family off of there to build some stuff. These guys are coming back as fast as they can. Move swiftly, men. Okay, we don't quite have anybody moved in over here yet. What are we missing way over here? So we're missing fuel. Water access we're also missing. So I think once they upgrade that, that'll be kind of fixed. So let's get those guys back to work. And that'll help out to build out a lot of that stuff. Yeah, getting that water access will definitely help. We had somebody just move in. We got somebody on our smithy. That's awesome. And we got some iron slabs now, which is nice. Got some in our roof tiles there. Do we have a horse? Actually, maybe. Let's order another ox. I think we should have a horse coming. Yeah, we do have 1 horse. I don't know where they went, but that's fine. That's almost ready to go, and I think I'll save this last worker to maybe go in there once it's ready to go. In fact, they should be building that fairly soon here. They should be. Let's get a little path there just in case that's the problem, but there we go. We got some pastures. That's almost ready to go. Everything's been delivered. Now we're just kind of waiting for workers to dive into the problem. Granary, that's good. Now we got some eels. We got some herbs and some mushrooms delivered there. And this is finally ready to go, so that's perfect. They can get back to work. And that should immediately boost our happiness, I'd say. Yeah, these guys are a lot happier here now. They're just missing some fuel, which should be fixed pretty soon. In fact, I might even need another worker on there maybe. These common goods stalls, let's maybe demolish that. Yeah, we got common goods, 2 food stalls. We should have 2 common goods stalls. There we go, now we have 2. Kind of just need to retoggle that. Yep, they're building up the second one. That's perfect. Now we should be a lot happier. Let's check that. Yeah, we're plenty happy now. These guys obviously need some more. Okay, livestock trading post, that is ready to go. So let's import. We got a decent amount of money. Let's maybe do 3 sheep, maybe 2 sheep, because they are more expensive. And let's also import some lambs, and they will grow up. So let's maybe get 7 of those. Yeah, they're a little bit cheaper, so that should be a little bit better for us. 2 parents, 7 children. I think that should be good. And then we'll also need somebody on our sheep farm up here. Just like that. And in fact, I have these guys replanting over here, so let's maybe do in this location instead, because that is now our sheep farm. Okay, that is good. We have these houses built up. And let's make sure we focus on a way to make more money rather than just spending it all. Yeah, we got some timber, we got some planks. We are making tools. In fact, we could probably sell quite a bit of those, couldn't we? We certainly could. Raiders are coming in 220 days. So as long as we at least have enough money in our treasury to defend ourselves, we may not need our own soldiers. Like, we have lots of options here. So I think we should be okay in that department. So I think I'd rather maybe use all of our iron for making tools. We'll kind of see. We will have to see with that. I still don't know what happened to our horse, so let's go ahead and order another one. And hopefully they come. And we actually just had another family move in. So let's actually double down our charcoal kilns here. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's check this. Okay, that's nice and empty now. That's perfect. In fact, I could probably even get another one on there. Let's set it to 200, hey? I should be able to get quite a bit. Let's just keep it at 200. That is doing quite well. Let's check back over here. How is our other? Actually, let's check our AI towns. These guys haven't quite rebuilt. I think that might be a little bit of a bug. They don't know how to rebuild yet. It's happened before as well. Yeah, basically their entire town stays rubble and they live with what they have. I mean, sometimes you can't rebuild. That's fair. These guys are doing a little bit better. Again, they got their strong calfed people on the cliff face there. But they're doing a little bit better, I'd say. And then the other region are also doing pretty well. I actually love this little town. It's a nice little town. Honestly, I could maybe even take this. If you take a AI opponent's region, you literally just take claim of everything they own, everything they were doing, and you just own their town, basically. So that's actually so cool. If I were to attack it and burn it to the ground, obviously that's what you would be left with if you took it. So you got to be a little bit strategic there in future updates. It is not quite there yet, unfortunately, but let's get back to here. We got lots of timber ready to go. So let's build some more houses. Maybe face them kind of in like that. Then over here, I'll do the same. Maybe get some different variety. And then over here, I could also build some houses. Maybe get going like that. Oh, this one's going to be a stinker, I think. Always a stinker. Okay, I can build them like that, so that's actually quite nice. In fact, I could get 3 really large houses. Or 4. I mean, 4 would look cooler. Let's maybe wait until we have one more timber here. Okay, we got one more timber. Let's go ahead and get that done. I think this town's going to look quite nice. I'm quite excited for how it's going to look. And we need to get some workers on our granary and our storehouse. Oh, you know what we don't have? Did we not build our well yet? We are going to need a well. Not enough goods, so we are going to need some timber before we build that. But I think I can maybe put it like right here. I think that'd be a good spot. So once we get one more timber, we will do that. And we're also going to need some firewood quite soon. But I think our food's doing good. Got about 11 months of food. And I'm very excited to start our farm. I think having some nice farm things over there would be nice. We have 3 timber now. Let's get our well placed. I can't put it in there. I could maybe even have it right next to our storehouse. Let's do that in case I want to put a tavern in here or something. Yeah, there you go. We do have an upgrade. So let's take a look at this. We are at elevation here. So there are some upgrades that benefit from that. This is the one we got in our last one in our other region. If you take a look at, I think it's this one. Nope, it's this one. So efficient farming at elevation, cheaper animal imports, and mining speed increase. So that would help us. We are at elevation, so that would be nice. So I think I'm going to get that, in fact. And cheaper animal imports with our sheep. Once we get that kind of figured out. That's actually going to be really nice for us. We are building some houses still. How is our approval rating doing? I think... Oh, how do I mean, I do have mushrooms. I have lots of food right now. I'm hesitant to take them off of there. But I also need to get somebody on our granary to keep that stuff empty. In fact, I think this one's also full. It is. So the faster we get somebody on our granary, the better. Let's go ahead and do that. And maybe let's even take a worker off of our storehouse to free up. Let's put them back on here, because once they empty that stuff out, that's going to help out tremendously. Okay, that's good. We're also going to need a saw pit, which we do not have. Let's maybe just get that. Maybe right there. Looks good. Looks good to me. I love this little town so far. This is actually going to look so cool. Just a nice little village. It doesn't need to be too big. Like, obviously, I'd like to maybe fill in this little area. In fact, this would be a perfect little area for our manor, I think. I am going to save that for our manor. And maybe a nice little wooden castle around here. The reason I say wooden is we do not have a rich stone deposit, so that will hinder us a little bit, but we do have lots of wood. So I think we could maybe build that. We just had somebody move in, which is nice. So I guess we will put them on our storehouse, and then we can permanently have them there. Okay, that's nice. While we're talking about manor houses, let's get one over here, because we actually do not have one. Somebody moved in, which is nice. I could maybe get more on there. Where else could I use some workers? Livestock trading post. We should maybe have some sheep coming in. Yeah, we got about 4 assigned to there already. That's kind of maxed out. Where else could we? Let's maybe get one more on here. I think that's good. But as far as our manor house, I think we just have enough for that. Let's get our manor, and let's get it, maybe over here, actually. I feel like this would be a cool little spot. Maybe even, tucked somewhere. Somewhere that is nice and tuckable. Let's put it maybe over here. Maybe just right on the corner. Maybe right there. If I can, let's maybe actually just build that for now. And just a nice little road going that way. Let's commit that. Then we can start taxing our people. And then we'll maybe get a garrison tower. I think that'll be good. Yeah, lots of rain coming down. That is looking very nice. And let's see, I'd like to even get another worker on there. What could I do with that? Look at that, we got some sheep in here now. Here they come. Here comes our 4 sheep and our lambs. That's gonna be quite nice. And now that we have that, let's build a weaver's workshop. Actually, how big is this? We have 50 storage on that. I think I'm gonna maybe build it a little bit closer to our storehouse so that it can collect all that stuff. Let's maybe get this right there. Right next to our storehouse. That'll be nice and efficient. It's always good, a nice little tip to leave lots of building room around your storehouse and granary. So then stuff like your clay furnace, all the stuff that gets collected to your storehouse and granary, they can just take that supplies right from there. Keeps everything nice and efficient. That is what we've done here. So I think that should work out. And we have 29 tools, which is kind of nice. Which might even allow us to increase our productivity, but we haven't really needed a reason to do that quite yet. And then once we start getting even more money, I'd love to get some vegetable gardens and some various things around here, like this one. Let's maybe even expand some of these living spaces. We got a little bit of timber to throw around. Okay, to increase our happiness, I think we will need some planks. Let's maybe go ahead and set that to very high priority. Our saw pit, and oh, we just had somebody move in actually.
Check that doorway's width so that
How are we doing with all this stuff? If we want to upgrade this, we will need some planks. So that would be nice to get. And then also, we haven't got our second ox, so let's go ahead and do that. Another bandit camp sighted. What's nice is we don't have the off-map adversary to take that from us. So I think what I might do is let's spend a little bit of money here. Oh, should we go 1v1? Oh, that's a little risky. Let's try it. That could be interesting, actually. So these guys are coming from here. Let's sneak around back. Where are these guys? Right here. So let's get them. And if we have the higher ground, we might actually be able to make this work. But I kind of want to see, like 18 versus 18, who wins? That's kind of the question I want to see here. So let's See who wins. That's actually quite interesting. A nice little, only costs 15. Like, come on. Got a little bit of bandits. And in fact, I'd love to attack a region with bandits. Just like, if you could recruit bandits, that'd be so cool rather than mercenaries. Just have like 100 of them and just go take... Oh, slow down, slow down. Okay, let's make sure we have the high ground here. It's over Anakin. And let's just charge down. If they don't charge, we might have the upper hand here. Yeah, moving downhill, that gives them a boost. So let's see here. They're gonna clash. Charge, men. Okay, I think we had the uphill advantage there, or the downhill advantage. I think that should help us, maybe. I guess we'll find out. Unless their soldiers are just stronger by nature. Yeah, this could come down to very tight. Let's see the numbers here. We both lost 1 man. Okay, they're losing a little bit quicker. If we could at least stay higher than them. Actually, yeah, we're slaughtering these guys. But they're coming back here. This might get a little bit tighter here. Let's watch some more fighting. They dropped to 13. I think we have about 15 men. This is very, very close. Oh man, this is brutal. Come on, man. How are we doing? 15. They got 12. 14. Oh my goodness. This is getting kind of close. We only need 1 man to carry all that money. I mean, really. They're at 10, 9, so we definitely outnumber them now, I think. In fact, they have the high ground. How did that happen? They kind of just switched. Come on. 12. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Standard ground. Oh, what? What? Okay, it's 8 versus 8. What just happened? No way. They won that? Okay, let's take our guys and let's go clean them up. I can't believe it. So let's just rush them in. That's unbelievable. I don't know where they're going. They might be going to settle somewhere else. I guess let's just go take their money. They won't be needing it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I don't know where the heck they're going. Maybe they're gonna go settle up here. That's a nice little place. Oh, I think they realized, like, oh, I think we're about to get robbed. Okay, let's send that to our nearest town. I think that would help out. And I think that's, yeah, they put that into here, so that's perfect. And we don't even need to fight them. So let's go ahead, rush back to our town. Thank you, bandits. I can't believe they lost that. That was a nice, interesting little experiment, though. I had fun. Yeah, we're gonna need some planks. And that is ready to go now. So let's go ahead and get somebody on there. And now that we have so much money, I could upgrade these. And then get a couple more oxen, which would be nice. We have a couple more families to throw around here. Yeah, getting planks is really gonna solve that issue. This is still pretty full, so I think they're gonna be working on that for a little bit. This is getting nice and empty. And I think it's actually kind of cool that they prioritize this one, because this is shrinking since it's seasonal. This is not seasonal. So it's good that they kind of prioritize that. In fact, I think they just took a little bit from it, which is good. Let's maybe, let's keep those nice and empty. Let's get another worker on our granary. And we're building all this, which is nice. How are we doing? Got any planks yet? No planks to be had. And then once we get some... Oh, we need firewood. It's October. We need firewood. Let's take them off of there. Now let's get them on there instead. Drop what you're doing, man. And that'll actually free up our ox. So that's exciting. And now we even have another worker we could put somewhere. These are... We only got one left. Let's let them collect the last one. We don't want to waste any. They've collected that one. That's perfect. 36. So let's take them off of there. And once we get some planks, I'd love to get our little herb garden. But let's maybe get another worker in here. Let's do that. And then while we got one on the saw pit, let's maybe get one more on our logging camp. So we can have the best of all worlds. And this is looking pretty good. We need to figure out where we want to put a church. I'm thinking maybe kind of over here would be nice. We're starting to get a little bit of planks. Actually, we're getting quite a bit of workers moving in. So where else do we want to get some people? Actually, let's leave 2 unassigned families for building our church. Let's go ahead and get this. Even over here is kind of nice. Let's maybe get it kind of tucked in the trees over here. That's going to uproot a lot of trees. Let's just put it right about... I don't know where I want it. Maybe kind of angled over here. Might be kind of nice. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice little straight path going back there. Never hurt anybody. That's good. Yeah, let's leave. Okay, I guess 3 unassigned families. Where else do I want to get somebody working? We have quite a bit of planks now, which is nice to see. So I guess we can maybe upgrade these. And actually, let's leave a little bit of our planks. And let's get a stone gathering camp. Let's take them off of there so we don't get any more. So let's get our stone gathering camp here. Should be able to build that there. It says we don't have enough, but we do, which is interesting. So let's just build that there. And get a nice little road going there. 4 unassigned families. Where do we want to put all these people? I think maybe 1 on there. 1 more on that. And we already have 2 on there. We got tons of families. This is kind of crazy. They're moving in like hotcakes. I guess they like the high elevation. That's nice. It is winter now, and I think in the spring I will start building a farm community. I think might look nice there. Let's get these guys back to work. I kind of just love, like, it's fun to have the battles, but sometimes it's fun to just build. Have a nice peaceful build in multiple regions. You don't have to worry about the fighting. It's kind of just nice. I don't know. There's something about it. Okay, it looks like our manor is done. Let's do a little tax on these people. Well, honestly, we don't even really need to, do we? We already have enough in our treasury. We basically just built it to get our retinue unit, which is nice to have. And in fact, let's build this. Or I can put it over there. What looks better? That's a little bit more flat, a little bit more defendable. Let's put it over here. And then we'll need a little bit of timber for that. Before we build that up. We have a ton of planks. So let's maybe stop getting planks. And let's get a couple more oxen, maybe, if there's any room. Any room at the inn? Looks like there is a little bit. We have 5 unassigned families. Okay, let's maybe get a couple here. Just make them a little bit happier. Bloomery, we have enough on there, I'd say. Get a little bit of roof tiles. We officially have a little bit of wool. So let's get somebody in here. So we can start making some yarn. And now is an appropriate time to get a tailor. And in fact, maybe even 2. But we don't need to do that. What else could we get? We can maybe do... We have a ton of planks, and in fact, getting some wooden parts might be a good idea. Actually, let's do that. Let's get a joiner's workshop, and I'm going to use that to make some wooden parts, and then I can sell those. So if you go to your wooden parts, I think they're probably in here. Wooden parts, that is a major trade, so let's export those. Let's sell all of them. And that will be a good way to make some money. And you can actually get 8 regional wealth for each one. So that'll be great. We'll export those. And let's put our noggins together here. Let's think, where could we get extra money from? We don't have a rich iron. I need to use all that for tools. I could maybe sell some roof tiles. But I also need that to upgrade houses. There's not a whole lot to do here. I mean, selling clothes, that's going to be a great way of making money. So in fact, let's get those to highest priority. And just like that, we are out of people, actually. Let's maybe take a worker off of there. I think, yeah, we definitely don't need them there anymore. We have a little bit of wool already. Yeah, I think that's fine. This is all ready to go. Let's get them. So there's actually two options of clothes now. This one's for linen, this one's for woolen. And if you take a look at our Weaver's Workshop, linen in yarn, so wool, obviously that's woolen. So we will want to have this house making the ones out of yarn, and that's what we want. This one is for linen from flax. There's a little bit of a difference there. Nice little variety, but I think they make the same clothes. It's kind of just labeled as clothes, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we might as well expand those. Having some clothes will be quite nice. And we'll actually increase our approval rating, I believe. And then with our trading post, yeah, you got clothes down here. So let's get our trade route for that since it's a major trade. And let's just sell, let's maybe leave like 2 for our people. I don't know. I think we're going to make quite a bit of them, so I'm not really worried. Joiner's Workshop, let's do wooden parts now. And I think I already got that. Yes, I did. Export wooden parts. Okay, and honestly, should collect more stone. We don't need to. No, we definitely don't need to. I could probably get some more houses in here, in fact. More people are moving in. Let's get a couple more houses since we only have 3 available living space. So let's go maybe out to here. Oh, it is quite cold. It is quite cold, isn't it? Let's maybe go like right out to like there. How does that, what does that look like? I don't know if I love that, but it's kind of nice to just have their backyards facing that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I don't mind that. They don't need to be too big. I'll probably get them to be like wild animal pens or something. But I think that should be perfect. 46 days until Raiders come, so we got to keep an eye on that. And I do believe we can get this done now. Now we need a little bit more timber. Little bit more timber is required. Let's wait until we get to 10 and then we can build that. But we are doing quite well. I love the new names. I don't know what the heck they mean, but I like them. And over here we have some new stuff going on. We need to upgrade that. Okay, so we have our stone. Let's go ahead and let's get, oh, accident. Oh, you cannot, whoa. I have never seen this before, so it's actually a little bit of a guide here. You can kind of see what everything does. That's actually interesting. A lot of reading if you're into that sort of thing. Let's get 2 families on there. Maybe even 3 since we have them. Let's collect all of that stone. We got 1 on there. Let's maybe get a little bit more planks if we can. And then I think in the spring I'll get our forester's hut ready to go. In fact, we're almost there, aren't we? Let's plot this out. So with our rye, we have tons over here, which is amazing. I'd love to have some fields up through here. And in fact, let's actually take this right off of here and let's just get all the way down to there, where that kind of is. And then we can kind of plot out some roads going through here for the rest of our farm. Maybe some back here, and then this I'll kind of keep it open just to have some variety. What does the rest of our fertility look like? There's more over here, and in fact we're gonna have quite a bit of people, so we might as well really maximize all of this space. So let's get going way over here. And then I'll just take this path. Actually, maybe just off of here. And then maybe this one I'll just have get going straight up. Just like that. I think that should be plenty. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get our farmhouse plotted out. So if we can, let's maybe have this somewhere where it's not too... Maybe even right in the middle somewhere. Right in the middle. What do we want to do? Maybe even right here? Oh, I don't know. I'd like these to be farms. That's too steep. This, I could have it right there. Actually, that's perfect. Let's build it right there. Then I could have some farms kind of around it. And then our windmill, I could have virtually anywhere. Let's just have our windmill, like, literally right on the corner. Maybe right there. 100% efficiency, that should be amazing. And then we'll also need to plot some of these in. Let's just get these maybe right next to here. Like, imagine the smell of freshly baked bread right next to the market stall. I actually like that. That's vibes. Our church is done, so that we have 66% approval rating. Let's maybe figure out some more houses. I could probably put some over here with their nice backyards. We go, I mean, they're right next to the animal pens, so I mean, there's we'll just have to lower the price on them, that's all. And let's get some going this way as well. So that's good. And then, in fact, maybe even, no, I kind of screwed that up. I'll just leave that kind of like that. And then I could get some houses throughout here. I wanted to get my manor house over here. In fact, I could probably even build that, couldn't I? I do have enough. No, I don't. Never mind. Wait, what? It says I do. That's interesting. That is quite interesting. Okay, that is upgraded. This I can upgrade now. Now that we have the stone. And they're doing pretty good with that. Nice and happy over here. Let's check back over here. How are we doing? We are doing fine. Doing just fine. So we get 77%. These guys require a little bit more. I could upgrade some of these houses. What do I want to do? How are we doing with this? We have tons of planks. Yeah, we're getting lots of wooden parts now. Money should be rolling in. So I'm excited for that. We should also be making some clothes. Getting a little bit of wool and some yarn, so that's good. And even the more money we make, honestly, I'd love to get some more. Since we do have reduced import, I think we will kind of get more. And they'll kind of pay for themselves, honestly. The more sheep we get, we can get more wool from them. So let's import some more. Let's maybe import more lambs. Let's get to like 15. I think that's good. We have 9 right now, so that'll give us quite a bit more. And then once we get some more people, I'd love to get them on there. Actually, we're a little bit low on firewood. We already have quite a bit of charcoal. Are we selling charcoal? I think we are. We are exporting it. Let's order another horse. Now, technically, we have 3 horses, but I don't know what happened to them. I will need, I think to solve that, I'll get some more workers on there once they come in. But I think this is ready to go now. Yeah, we can commit that. Let's build that up. We have our well, and that is 100% supplied. I think, yeah, if we get to 26 houses, we will maybe need another well. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that. Let's just wait until we really build up our economy, and then I'm going to start plotting in a lot of, in fact, I could probably do that now. Let's maybe do some, I mean, this is right next to the market. Let's have some, like, some nice smelling apples, maybe. Some vegetables. I don't want, like, animal pens right near here. Maybe over here I could have, like, maybe an animal pen. But over here is where you want your animal pens, where they're a little bit further away from town. So let's do that, and then we can get some goats. We can get our goats, and then over here I'd like to have maybe a mixture of all 3. Let's get some apples, maybe some more apples. Way over here we'll get an animal pen. And then you also have some houses over here. These are pretty big, so let's do like orchardies, because they definitely pay off the most. Maybe over here we got some chicken coops. Get some good variety, and this is costing a lot of money and planks. Yeah, we still have lots of planks, so we are fine with that. Let's get some more animal pens. And what the heck, some apiaries would also be nice, wouldn't they? And I think that's all of them. We also have these, which people have moved into, so let's go ahead, get some vegetable gardens. Maybe some various apiaries, maybe some orchardies. I think that's fine. Actually, no apiaries were over there. And then over here, maybe... Also, we don't want apiaries near all of this stuff because that's going to be quite the problem. Maybe over here, let's get a orchardy. That'll look nice there. Don't want any bees near our stock market. I think that'll be good. They're going to build all of that. That'll take a little bit of time. We're getting timber pretty fast. Man, we need to start replanting some trees in this area, don't we? So let's go ahead and do that. We got lots of oxen. I think we are doing just fine. Let's maybe free up one more worker here. Let's get some more firewood chopped down. Nice and happy over there. Let's quickly take a look over here again. And once we get a third region start building, I think that's really where things are going to start to take form. February, let's actually get that highest priority because we're going to need to get that going as soon as possible. Let's upgrade some of these because we're also going to need some more oxen. And maybe even get a couple more hitching posts. I could probably put maybe one there, kind of fill in this little area. Yeah, that's good. What else do we need? Did we ever build our well? Have we done our well? It's right here, so let's actually upgrade that. Let's give that a little upgrade. And then throughout here, yeah, I wanted to get my manor house, but yeah, we'll wait a little bit for that. Now that we're actually getting into the spring months, I'd like to take another region. Where do I want to build? I've already built... Oh, we got a little, we got another outpost here. I could take that as well. I've already done a build here. If you guys missed that video, amazing video. I'll try and link it into the description. Hopefully I don't forget. But yeah, I had a nice little castle up here. Really nice build. I think I might avoid this for now. I'd love to maybe experiment with this one. So you have this one right in the middle. It is so huge. Like, this is a giant region. I could definitely do something with this. Maybe a nice little build there, but let's take a look at the resources. So we actually have some rich iron now, and that'll be nice to maybe send some resources to other town. Rich clay. We have wild animals and we have mushrooms, so I'll probably end up building in this area. So actually, with how long and giant this is, everything's right here. So that would be a perfect region to build in fact. We also have our raiders coming in 11 days, so now might not be the best time to do that. That's going to be a lot to juggle, but I think once they attack, hopefully we defeat them. I'm going to build right in here. That is my plan, and I hope to uphold it. Let's maybe come back over here and see what things look like. Yeah, we are building a lot of stuff. What is our soldiers looking like? So we're building this. That's coming up. Let's actually set that to highest priority. Let's make sure that gets built up. And I don't know how much they're going to send at us. I'm just going to go ahead and just get these guys. I'm just going to get them. Let's see where they are coming from. Way over there, so I will have to do a little bit of a rush. And honestly, they could come and attack these guys too. There is no saying where they're going to attack. So I think to start off, let's just get our archers. I don't need the archers, so let's attack those guys. Let's go attack them, and then we can take that. And then I think to spread this out, oh, I don't know what to do. Let's just start walking this way and see what happens. All we can do is just wait and see where they attack from. That's all we can really do. Let's maybe walk there. Okay, we got about 5 days. A lot of these burgage plots are ready to go. Let's just wait until they're all done. Looks like they're almost there. Yeah, let's focus on this really quick here. We got 4 days. We're getting a little bit closer. Let's maybe just keep going. And if they attack here, oh gosh, this could be interesting. Okay. Near Ryzen buckle. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. We already have our archers going towards them, so let's just take these guys, reroute them up, and then we can kind of rendezvous a little bit closer. Let's see where they're going. Okay, they're going for our main region, so let's just see if we can intercept them. Oh no, they're going for these guys actually. Shoot, let's see if we can help them out. But these guys, oh, they already beat them. That's nice. Mission completed. Raiders near. Okay, I guess we already beat it, but let's go collect that. Then yeah, we'll have to see if we can intersect these guys. They are sending a unit of retinue out. We will definitely need to help them. Spoils of war. Let's send that to our... Ooh, maybe our nearest town. Let's do that. And then let's get these guys on top of the hill and start raining down some arrows. Yeah, we got lots of money. Here comes their poor retinue unit. Oh, actually, shoot. I guess we're fighting them now. Let's get some point blank shots. But yeah, the retinue unit is fighting down here. So interesting to see how they'll do. But they are coming for our archers. Let's get these guys in as fast as we can. We got a little bit of a fight on our hands here, so hopefully we win this. We've lost quite a bit of men so far. What kind of weapons do we have? We've got like hammers, maybe a little bit some swords. So basically they're brigands. Actually, they got helmets. We got better armor than them. We just don't have any shields. In fact, they got 2 here. We got these retinue guys helping us too. This is quite the fight. So our archers have been routed. So that's not good. These guys are in trouble. Let's see where where these guys are coming from. So they're quite far away still. So I imagine these guys are going to get absolutely stomped. Yes, they have been stomped. So let's take these guys out now. Hopefully they're not too tired once the time comes. Oh, they're dive bombing on us. So let's just attack these guys instead. Let's take them out really quick. And these guys are coming in. Let's attack them. And that is plenty more influence for our treasury there. And I do believe that's all of them. That is all of them. We're back to peaceful, calm music. So that's how you know. And no more bandit camps. You have been well useful. Thank you. We've saved this region, which is nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's check back over here. I know I talked about... Okay, this is ready to go. Let's upgrade that right away. And then... Oh, we actually never put farms down in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get some farms throughout here. And then we can get them doing something. Actually, there's a little bit of wheat fertility around here, which is nice. We could get some nice variety. Let's get some fields surrounding our farmhouse. Make it look all nice. Okay, that's awesome. Over here, so we have really good wheat fertility. So let's go ahead and get some wheat there. 96. Yeah, all this will be rye. Let's maybe do a little bit of wheat. Mostly rye though, I'd say. Since we have the really good fertility. That's definitely a good start. That is an excellent start, in fact. And let me just show you a nice little tactic here. So, let's pick a region that we want to take. I know I wanted to build in this one. But I think... Where's the better resources? So these guys have... Basically what we have, they got rich stone, rich berries. That's actually nice. They should be pretty rich by now, I'd say. How are these guys doing? They got Rich iron. And they've actually started doing that, even though it's rubble for some reason. This is actually a beautiful little town. I am worried if I take these over, they'll be completely useless to us. Like, look at this. What the heck? They get a woodcutter's lodge literally on a 70-degree angle. I'm just going to avoid this one. I feel like that's going to end up crashing my game or something. But we also have this one, which is right next to our other region. And it is in need for a rebuild. We got rich salt, rich berries, which is nice, some wild animals. There's actually some decent stuff in this region. So I feel like I would maybe like to take this one and then kind of rebuild it. They're looking a little bit sad right now. Let's do a little rebuild on this region, actually. Let's take this one. Let's claim it. And I think what I could do... Yeah, we're a little bit low on planks over here. Okay, let's get some more planks. At least we should be getting more planks. We got lots of stuff to build still. Yeah, we don't have enough planks, unfortunately. So we can't get our manor here. Let's send maybe these guys over. Because what'll happen... The gauntlet has been thrown. So where's our battlefield? Right in here. Enemies declared. So what will happen here is they don't have anything to send us. They will try and pay us off quite a bit, in fact. I'm not going to accept this because it doesn't actually work in the current state of the game. I have tried many times. Let's just get these guys right there. And then once I take that, 90 days will go by. This region will become ours. And then the spoils of war will continue. And we'll continue to strengthen our massive empire here. Bandit camp sighted. Okay, we do have a little bit in our treasury. It's way up here, so let's see what we have available here. Got some crossbowmen. Let's kind of tried that before. Let's get these guys. And then we can go attack them. They come from way up here. Let's just get them to go take that. It'll basically pay for itself. So here we go. Let's get these guys in place. There we go. Took that. Let's go take that. Send it to our treasury. So it kind of pays for itself. And what else can we do here? There's not a whole lot left. So let's just expand these guys. And I just can't wait. Like, picture this, showing up with a giant army on the outskirts of their town. Doing the same thing, demanding they surrender, or they could fight us with what little they have left. Let's check back out our other regions here. So this is almost ready to go. Let's get 2 oxen on there ready to go. And then even a family, so they can start taking care of that. And then let's actually set our hitching post to highest priority if we can. And then we can get a couple more oxen. But yeah, we have lots of money in here, which is nice. Getting all of that is going to be great. Communal ovens, they're coming up as well. I need to figure out where else I'd like to build some houses in here. I guess what I could do is maybe take this off of here. Let's maybe take... That's going to be where our manor house is. So let's maybe just take a little path going this way. Maybe kind of just out to like there. And then I could get some houses on either side of that. And maybe even some kind of going this way. And then I'll just continue on. Actually, let's maybe go a little bit further with that. And then I could get a little path kind of crossing over like that. And then kind of just continue our little theme that we got here. And then I'll just continue back to there. I think that should be plenty. So let's build some houses in here now. We've got 29 timber. I think we should have more than enough. Let's build these kind of facing maybe the same. I want to have some maybe going the different direction here. Maybe even these ones. Let's do that. Kind of bigger plots. And then these I can also maybe do the same thing. What do I want to do with this? Let's just have these guys going out to like here. Let's maybe even go from here out to like that. And have them a little bit longer maybe. Let's do that. Let's build that up. And then throughout here I could also get some houses. Maybe just around here, but I think that should be plenty. That'll give us a lot more people kind of ready to go. Yeah, they're already taking care of all this, which is nice. That will give us a lot more people. How are we doing with our hedging posts? We're winning that. Let's check back over here. We haven't done this in a little bit. I'd love to get some more influence. We have that built up, which is nice. So now, if we'd like, we could upgrade that when we get them back. Could we upgrade this? We have roof tiles. We don't have the stone stuff, so that actually might stay a level 1. That's where a rich stone deposit really comes in handy. But alas, we won't be able to do that. We got a decent amount of wooden parts. If we ever have somebody else move in over here, actually we have a couple more. Let's get 2 on our trading post there. And this is getting nice and full. I think we still have some more coming that way. But they're doing pretty good. Let's actually take another one back and let's really max out this. Because we have lots of charcoal to sell, so we need to go collect all of that. We got 2 horses on there finally. And we got that saw pit. We got 1 on there, so let's maybe get another ox. They're still trying to pay us off, so let's end that conversation. They got no people available, so they're like, please, sir. I don't think so. Let's get a couple more hitching posts. Okay, that's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to take over this region and see what the heck they truly have, if they actually have 4,000 monies to send us. So that's interesting. They're all just kind of walking in circles here. They have a manor as well, so that's actually kind of nice. Over here, we're still struggling to get some resources, aren't we? Yeah, timber, planks, what are they struggling with? What are your struggles in life? I think maybe the lack of oxen could be the issue. That could be the main issue that we're facing. Yeah, more people are moving in. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's definitely the reason, because we only had 3, so we had only 1 unassigned. Both of them are on here, which they did end up getting all of this done. So now they're kind of just seeding all of this. So hopefully they're able to get that all done. Over here, I'd love to have maybe a nice wooden castle. Might look kind of cool. So with that, I think we'll need probably some stone. We'll need a lot of timber and planks. So that's going to be interesting to kind of tackle. Hopefully we get our second or another ox. And actually, let's free up another one here. They're still trying to pay us off, offering us less than they did before, which is interesting. Yeah, there we go. They should be able to kind of tackle all that. And we don't have anybody on there, which I feel like we probably should. Let's get somebody on there. Woodcutter's Lodge, let's get them on here instead. Then we can kind of replant this area. Okay, that's awesome. I'd love to start getting some clay. That would be nice. Oh, there's actually 3 workers on here that we can put in other locations. Let's get another ox there. Let's maybe get another one on there. And now maybe even a couple more on our farm, just so we make sure we get all that done in good timing. We'll also need to get a trading post, so we'll probably just get that right. Maybe even right in there might be nice. Right there. That's a good spot. 6 days until we have claimed this region. So I'm very excited to see that. And we are about to claim this region. And it is officially ours. Peace declared, Andres. and Herman are now, well, Herman's actually gone. I don't know who's Herman. Maybe I'm Herman. We now own this region, which is amazing. So first of all, let's get these guys back to our region there, and then we have this region. So let's kind of take a look at what we have here. So obviously very sad and probably not the best region to have taken, but we did. We have 2 available families, 31% approval rating, absolutely no food, and a little bit of fuel. So I mean, that's something. Everything is absolutely burned to the ground as well. So if we're gonna get tools, we definitely need tools to start out here, because a lot of these things require tools, which we don't really have. Yeah, I don't think we have any iron. Unless do we have a little bit of iron? A little bit of pellets. This was the worst region possible that I could have taken. No wonder they can't rebuild. Okay, let's see. Do we have a logging camp? We have a trading post, which we have 4 people on there. Let's take some people off of there. We do have a little bit of money, so I am going to import some tools as fast as we can. We should, I guess they probably killed all that stuff. This is rubble. It doesn't really say what it used to be, which is a little bit annoying. You gotta go over here. So our granary we need to rebuild. We do still have our well. That's our storehouse, and all of these are burgage plots. I don't know if we have a logging camp. I still hear somebody's chopping wood. We have a hunting camp, so I think I'm gonna free up 1 family on there. Actually, let's put 2 families on there, and let's try and get as much food as we can. We have a berry hut here, which I don't know if we necessarily have if we don't have any berries. What's here? Stone gathering camp. We don't need that anymore. Wood cutters. So we do have that. So let's maybe get a logging camp. We do not enough goods. Shoot, yeah, we need some timber, which I don't think we can actually import any timber. So we have a saw pit here, and we can only relocate. So this is actually the glitch I was running into before. You can't actually demolish anything now. So I think this would have been a giant waste of time, to be honest, because we don't even have a logging camp. Let's make sure. What's this? Clay furnace. We definitely don't need that. That is rubble. Okay, here's our logging camp. So we don't actually have tools or timber to be able to do that. So let's just see. Can we order? Can't get tools. Maybe some here. If you can at least import some timber, that would be nice. I'm not seeing the option to be able to do that though. Okay, I think this region is completely out of luck. We can't. I guess we need tools. We have 0 timber. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Literally can't get rid of anything. Okay, well, let's not waste any more time on this region. We tried. I thought we'd be able to rebuild it a little bit, but we certainly cannot. So let's just see what happens there. I don't know. We haven't spent any resources on it. We've spent some influence, but that's about it. Let's get back to what really matters here. Like, you see what I mean here? You can actually demolish these. That's kind of what I mean. But over here we have tons of money. So let's go ahead and get some things. Let's maybe get some cabbages, some apples. I think I prefer apples over everything. I've heard that quinces are glitched right now, so they may or may not actually work. So let's just get some cabbages, some carrots in a lot of these places. It's gonna cost a lot of money to be able to do this, but I think it's gonna be well worth it to order all that. And I think these are ready to go. I think pears are okay. Let's maybe get some pears. Maybe some more apples. And the sooner we get all of these planted, the better, because they are going to grow for us. We got some chicken coops over here. Let's order some of these. See, this is the brand new thing. So you can actually make this a small holding. So that kind of treats it as a artisan building, as if it's like a blacksmith. And then your people will do nothing but that. So we got some apiaries there. And then these we will get set up with some apples. My apple G's with the terrible jokes. So that is good. I think we got everything set up as best we can. all of these. So these are actually set up. So we got wooden parts. We're selling a lot of those. Let's see how we're doing. You can kind of check out. So you go to your records. If you go to your exports, you can see where you've gotten all your money. So charcoal has been a great money maker, as well as wooden parts for us. And we should be able to start selling some clothes. Potentially. We have 2 yarn. We should be able to make some clothes. So hopefully we are able to do that. I think we're also selling some at the market here, but we have a couple of families that we can kind of disperse here as well. Actually, how is the market doing? We could probably... what do we want to do? We got 4 people on there, which is great. We're selling lots of stuff. We don't have enough iron ore or clay to have more than 1 people. Let's maybe actually get some more workers on those. Make it go a little bit quicker. That's probably what we need. Okay, that's good. And we could also maybe get some more charcoal. We got quite a bit of firewood now. And we've actually replanted a ton of trees in here, which is nice to see. Definitely nice to see. Let's upgrade some of these. And maybe even order another ox. Potentially. Still got a decent amount of planks, so I'm happy with that. Got lots of tools coming in. All is well in Klein-Null. All is well, so that's good. In fact, we could maybe... We can upgrade to 24 now, but we don't have very much in our treasury, so let's leave that for now. Let's jump back over to one of the regions that actually has the capabilities of building. Over here, we're doing pretty good. We could put another family. I think for the most part, they're done all of this. And in fact, what I'd like to do... Should I relocate this? I'm going to demolish this. And maybe put it right in here. I'm going to get rid of this path. I'm going to get a new one right in here if I can. That takes up so much space. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then I was just going to put our path on the other side of it and then kind of have it in the middle. But seeing that that is maybe not going to work out, let's just... Actually, I could maybe do this. Let's do something cool here. Let's have a path, and it seems like the only path can really come off of here. Let's just go up to there. And then I can kind of just get some paths all the way around here. We can continue this on. Maybe go all the way up to there. Let's check our fertility really quick. So rye, we have really good rye fertility here, which is nice to see. We have a little bit up there, so I could probably even get a nice field right here, in fact. And that gives us another little entrance into town, so I don't even need that little path there. Once they clear that up, I'm going to get a nice field in that spot. In the meantime, we are building a trading post, building lots of houses, and let's maybe get one more worker in our storehouse. That's good, that's good. We're planting lots of trees in this area, hopefully. Okay, awesome. And then now we should be able to get some money coming in for these guys. Over here, again, let's just quickly make sure. Yeah, it's still a kind of glitch. What if we add a thing here? So blacksmith, we don't really need any of this. Let's maybe do this one. See if that changes anything. So we can actually relocate them. We cannot, will not ever be able to demolish them. So yeah, I think we're completely cooked as far as our timber. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. That kind of sucks. I think I'll focus on building here next, rather than taking another region just in case. But that's fine. Over here, we are still getting some good mushrooms. I guess I would love to have our influence back from that. But what are you going to do, I guess? We're actually doing so good over here. We have 13 months of fuel and 9 months of food. So we got lots and lots of food. I think what we could even do, that's set to 200. Somehow they're at 194. I'm going to lower this even a little bit more. Let's go maybe 160. Let's just get a little bit more of that. I think we could afford it. Got a couple more workers move in. Let's set a stockpile for that. And now we are really raking in the dough. A lot of these you can, yeah, a lot of these can be small holdings. which I don't know if I necessarily want. So these are technically already small holdings. That's basically what that means. Yeah, like for example, if you had one house that just like had a massive backyard and it was all a vegetable garden, that one you'd want to have a small holding. And in fact, we could maybe do that. Let's maybe have a massive small holding right back here. So let's just take this path and kind of just get going along here. And then I'll get going this way as well. And I'm just going to take this a little bit further out. All the way to the back of the trees. And then build it as close to here as we can. Let's just get going right to there. This can be one house. And then I'll kind of show you what I mean. So this can be one giant small holding. Just one. In fact, we can even do two. Let's do two over here. I feel like we'll be able to get a little bit more out of our money there. So let's go ahead and build those. Maybe highest priority. Here comes all of our stuff. And they got over there quick. They are efficient. We should be able to get all that stuff ready to go. Let's maybe order another ox, just so we can be even a little bit more efficient. And since we have the help, let's get a couple of workers on here and clean up all that stone. And then I could probably even build some more houses going out here. But there you have it. You have this ready to go. Now with this, I'll do a orchard and maybe a vegetable garden. I think we could kind of maximize our efforts with that. So that's good. We'll get that ready to go. And we could actually even upgrade a couple more of these houses, couldn't we? Couldn't we? We have lots of money. Could we? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a malt house. I guess we'll need some planks now, shouldn't we? So let's go to our saw pit. Let's get some more planks. Wait, with 34 planks. Oh, it must be glitched. Yeah, we can actually get that. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get some planks anyway. These ready to go. Let's do some apples. Whatever gives us the highest yield. And this will actually make a small holding. We'll expand that as well. And now they should be able to get a ton of good stuff out of this. Over here, let's maybe do some cabbages. Make it a small holding and kind of do the same thing. And that will actually take two families away from this as if it was an artisan house. So just a heads up with that. There we go. We got a ton of firewood. So let's actually take a family off of there and let's get that doubled. It's good that we did that. We could actually upgrade this. Yeah, what the heck. Let's upgrade that. We still have to transport a little bit of timber for there. Yeah, we're gonna build that up. Let's maybe make... Oh, why are people all bunched up in here? Oh no. Oh no. How do I fix that? Maybe if I... Let's actually upgrade this house. I'm gonna make this a brewery. Yes, that did kind of help. So now they're all just gonna disperse. That's kind of a problem. That's kind of crazy that they all bunched up through there. So maybe I should even have another road going through here? I don't know. Or maybe turn this house. Honestly, I might have to do that. We do have a bandit camp available. Right there. So let's actually go take that. Having a little bit more weapons would be nice, but let's just take some of these guys. Oh, that's perfect. I don't think these guys should struggle. So let's charge them in. I think 2 units should be enough to take them out. 1 was just barely not, unfortunately. Just unfortunate. Are we making some money over here? Oh, I think, yeah, we got tools. Still can't? No, still can't. Unfortunate. So yeah, let's take these guys out fast as we can. There we go. We'll go take that and I'll probably send it to our treasury. There we go. What I find interesting is sending it to your nearest town. I wish it would actually let you choose where you'd send it to. Like, that's kind of like, this is technically my nearest town. I've squashed this project. I don't want any money coming to here. That'd be nice to be able to actually kind of pick where it all went, but We sent it to our treasury anyway, so that doesn't really matter. And we actually do have enough to claim this region now, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's claim that one, and then I'd love to start another little build. Right there. This town is looking quite nice. I'm actually impressed. They've used their resources pretty well. Okay, this is upgraded. Let's get a brewer right next to there, and we will actually need... Actually, this would be a perfect spot for a tavern. Except I don't think it would actually fit. So I'm not going to risk it. Let's put it... This is all cleaned up. Let's demolish that. And I feel like that's a nice location for a tavern. Maybe even right here. I might have to... I think right here would also be nice, wouldn't it? I don't think it really makes a difference. Let's just put it over here. Actually, yes, it would. Okay, let's move this. I'm going to demolish that. I am going to demolish that, and I'd like to put my tavern in here instead. Let's get rid of that little path. I'd like to have houses over here instead. And in fact, I might demolish that as well. And move it. Maybe over... We don't have enough goods, apparently. We need some more timber. Let's get somebody off of our saw pit. Yeah, let's kind of just focus on rebuilding some of this stuff. We'll move some of this stuff around. Get our tavern in here. Bob's your uncle, and I think that should work out quite nice. There we go. We're getting a little bit more food now. Okay, we actually did pretty good with our fields. Let's take a look at what we got from all that. We have lots of firewood. We should probably get a charcoal kiln. But we got 131 rye sheaves, which is actually pretty good. And we have 270 pelts. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's build our trading post as fast as we can. Let's make sure that's nicely set up. So yeah, we're taking care of all that. Let's get a charcoal kiln. Maybe a couple of them. Let's have these. Maybe just kind of back in here, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, let's just take a path right off here. And then maybe just up like this, connect back to there. That's perfect. Okay, let's get a couple of these. Maybe one there. One on... Maybe going this way. A little bit more room. Let's get two of them. That should be nice. They're nicely centered, which is good. We can have two of those. Yeah, we have a ton of firewood to turn into charcoal, so that should help. And then once this is built, we can get that. We also have our communal ovens ready to go. So yeah, should be doing pretty nice over here. And then we should be able to make tons and tons of money from all those pelts. Which, I don't know how we have pelts. What? Oh, no, we have a hunting lodge over here, that's why. That makes sense. 131, that is doing amazing. Yeah, let's let them continue to do their thing. Let's add another ox there. And let's maybe even get another one. Let's get... Oh, why are they... I guess we probably need some more planks, I guess. Okay. That is fine. We're still claiming this region. We should have it pretty soon, and then we can start another build. Actually, we need even more money in our treasury. Let's maybe, should we do a tax on these guys? I would like to have a little bit more spending money. We have quite a bit over here, and having more money to spend on regions would be nice. But we do have enough to do a build over here. But it's kind of a bad time to actually do it. It would be challenging, but we need firewood right away. Let's maybe wait until the spring. No, let's go ahead and do this now. It's a challenge. It's doable. Let's have our settlers camp in here. So this is nice. In fact, this is maybe not so nice because I'd like to build the majority of my town in here. Okay, let's maybe settle. Let's settle in here. Let's settle there. I am gonna try and move this So let's see if we can, even that's a lot better. Let's do that. And in fact, I could probably even keep that one there. That is much, much better. So that'll be great. In fact, I might even move this a little bit closer. Maybe right, kind of tucked in like that. Okay, that's better. And then let's unpause it. Let's get our logging camp. Maybe... Trees kind of suck over here, I'm not gonna lie. We need a firewood. Actually, no, we light logging camp first. Let's have this maybe over here. Maybe right there. Wood cutting, let's just put... Let's have a path kind of going through here. And I'll get a path just coming through here. Just going right through town. Doesn't have to be too complicated. And let's just take this back up to there. Woodcutters, we have to get that right away because we need to start chopping some wood. Hunting camp, that's already set up. Forager hut. Let's maybe get that as well. Let's just put that right there. Doesn't have to be too complicated. Well, let's just get maybe a path just going like that. Yeah, that's a nice little start. Actually, I kind of like where they put the tents here. Look at that. That's beautiful. Kind of in the trees. It's hidden from the wind. They're smart. Yeah, I think I said it like over here, but they ended up... Okay, that makes sense. I bet you the hitching post goes exactly where you click. But let's put this maybe right there. Probably a better spot. We still have a little bit of timber. So I think it's probably a good idea to get a granary as well. We have our hunting camp kind of right through here. Yeah, let's maybe have... what do I want to do for a... What I could do is just have a nice little path, maybe just like this.
No hobble. Tomorrow, find a new home.
And then I'll come in like that, and then this can all be an area for our granary. Kind of like that, maybe. Let's put that right there. Storehouse can go maybe even right there. No, let's put our storehouse maybe even actually back here. I feel like this would be kind of cool. Just to have something a little bit different. Storehouse kind of protected by the elements, protected by our granary, our fearsome granary. Let's get somebody on our hunting camp. And speed this up a little bit till we get some stuff done. We gotta build some items. Got our logging camp ready to go.
Watch your head there.
Get somebody on there. Woodcutters, let's get 2 families on there because we are gonna need some straight away, and we're also gonna need houses. We have a little bit of food. Hopefully these guys can hunt some little baby rabbits as fast as possible. Yeah, we gotta build up some stuff here. Definitely have to build up some stuff. Let's maybe prioritize getting another hitching post, because then we can get another ox pretty quickly. That's probably pretty important. Let's set that to highest priority. Okay, hopefully we can get that built up. And again, it would be so cool if you could just send money to your new regions. I feel like that'll be a thing in the future, but right now, it is just not a thing. Unfortunately, but how are we doing? Are we getting a little bit of firewood? Oh yeah, they're flying through the firewood now. No consumption right now, but honestly, I think that's pretty good. Let's free up 1 family. Let's, that's a little bit, yeah, shrinking. Let's pick those as fast as we can. There's still a little bit to pick. That would help out. Any little bit helps. And then we also have our granary. Our storehouse is ready to go. Did we collect the goods in front of here? I guess we must have. No, our supplies is right there. So let's go collect all that. It's currently raining right now, so we gotta make sure we get all that. Okay, I think we got it. Now let's get our storehouse worker to collect the rest. And again, they put it under the trees. How smart. I wonder if it actually protected from the elements. We can get a family back from there. Woodcutters, they're doing pretty good. I think we should have quite a bit of firewood. Yeah, it's going to be crucial to build some houses here as well. So let's maybe get a couple of houses. This is a path? What is this? I don't know what this is. What the heck? That's weird. Let's maybe just get maybe just a path kind of going up and around here.
Can I stay with the street?
Kind of like that. We'll get some houses maybe wrapped around here. Let's go something like that. I think that's perfect. We'll get 4 houses there. And then if we can find another nice little location for some houses, that would be nice. We need to build maybe one more. I could maybe do that. Let's do another one kind of just back here. Let's do a nice big plot. That gives us 5. That'll at least get us out of the elements. Good to have. I guess we're not consuming any because we don't have any houses right now. So they get 10% approval. They're very disliked. So we have some houses now. Let's get those built as soon as we can. Those are the challenges of building in the fall. But I think we might be able to make this work. We're not in the dead of winter yet, so I think we might be able to be okay. Yeah, we got 48 months of fuel. Okay, let's take a family back. We're gonna need a little bit more timber maybe. Oh, we need a well. Let's get a well, and this will be a lot tougher to get now that it's winter. We could maybe do a little bit more central. Let's just have one right there. That'll make us a lot happier. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think they should be nice and happy. I don't think with our forager hut right here, we didn't get our herbs, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's get some people back from that. Let's get some on there. We have 9 available families. Okay, should be able to make some flour pretty quick. Let's just get 2 workers doing that. And then maybe a couple of them on here. Now, we haven't... Where's our charcoal? Those are ready to go, so let's get 2 families on there. And in fact, let's maybe free up a couple more here. Let's make as much charcoal as we can. What else do we have? We've got lots of rye grain. All that's going to be turned into flour soon. With 359 pelts, maybe let's start working on that. Let's sell all of our pelts. Let's just set that to 0. And since it's a minor trade, we don't actually need a trade route. Our guys will take care of all that. So let's just export all those. And let's maybe even put one more family on there. There we go. We have a rich clay deposit we haven't done anything with. So let's go ahead and mine that. So we can start making some money from that, because right now it's not doing us very much good. Let's get a clay furnace. I think our mine should have plenty of its own stuff, so I guess I could maybe even just have this like right off of here. Maybe even 2 of them. Since, yeah, we're gonna have lots of people. I think we have 2 of them. That's gonna be good. Okay, we still have this little path going out into the middle of nowhere. I don't know what I want to do with that. But let's maybe get our manor. We still haven't built that, have we? No, let's go ahead and get that. And this, I'd like to have maybe literally just like, maybe right there would be fine. Let's get our garrison tower. Let's put it maybe, actually maybe kind of over here. Doesn't need to be right next to there. Let's put that there. And then I'm going to build literally just a tiny little... I feel like I'm overpronouncing the word literally. Let's just put this like over here. And then just a nice skinny little castle. It doesn't need to be too big. And then maybe let's go like all the way to here. Maybe like that, and then around the corner here, I can kind of bend. Make sure we have enough room. I think that should be fine. And then maybe over here we'll have maybe one right there. Let's see how that looks. Let's piece this all together. Let's kind of go like that so it rounds off. And then let's kind of just go like that. Oh, this is going to be a stinker, isn't it? Let's just do that because we can flip that. In fact, we can maybe do that right now, maybe. Or let's just do like, I mean, that's not too bad. Let's roll with that. And let's take this and maybe go like that. And then take this out this way. Add some angle to it. Let's maybe go like this. And then back to our manor, like that. Hopefully this is just as strong as the walls. I mean, it should be. But that's our little manor. I feel like that's pretty nice. And for the heck of it, we could get a tax office in here. Let's just put this like... I mean, you can put it like just on the outside. And for some reason, it's aiming it out like that, but I guess that kind of makes sense. It would be nice to have our tax office like that, or we can even have it inside for people to come to. Let's maybe do that. Let's just put it right there. And then we can add a little path in here. At least we should be able to. Maybe we'll do it after, but we need to wait to commit that. Actually, we're pretty close. Oh my gosh, we literally just need a little bit more of everything. So let's get a little bit more timber and planks. Let's increase our production. Actually, we have 0 tools. That's kind of an issue. Oh, we have some iron. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a mining pit. Not enough goods, hey? What, are you kidding me? I need 1 tool. Okay, let's go ahead and get us 1 tool. And shouldn't be a problem because we got lots of money. Let's just order like 5, maybe even 10 actually. Let's import some tools just so we can get back to work pretty fast here. Yeah, I guess we must have just run out because we still have some durability there. That's good. They're gonna start making some charcoal. Let's quickly check back in on our other little region here. So nobody else has moved in. We still need 1 house here, so we're gonna get that pretty soon. Approval rating has gone up quite a bit. And it would be nice to maybe have a little market somewhere, wouldn't it? Maybe even right in front of here. Should we just make this entire thing a market? I mean, it's quite large for a market. But I guess it probably makes sense. Let's, yeah, why not? Might as well. Let's just build this up just like that. And that should give us quite a bit of market stalls. 16 to be exact. Storehouse, let's maybe put them back on our granary because I bet you. Forger hut, we got a little bit there, and then we have some wild animals here. That its pantry is full, my lord. Pantry is full, my lord. It'd be nice to get that kind of taken care of fairly soon. Woodcutter's Lodge, we got lots of fuel. Oh, we have an upgrade. That's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and get something. So actually, I want to see our resources one last time. We got clay, we have rich iron. Okay, we need to do something with mining. Something with mining. So, what's this one? Improved stonemasons. We actually don't have rich stone. So, and castle planner, we don't need that. Improved mine integrity. So proximity of mines are no longer a factor for collapse chance. They can collapse? Interesting. So maintenance duration of all mines plus 30. And mining import discounts. So we actually don't need that. We don't need to import. This one has a mining speed increase and also have efficient farming and elevation. I feel like that's kind of weird. Those shouldn't go together. Mining speed increase. It's all we're really going to be doing. I'm going to get the Smiths of Passau. This gives us increased blacksmith efficiency, import, or increased weapon export value. Since we have that rich iron deposit, let's go ahead and get that. And equip a militia, provide approval, affinity, local handyman. So, whoa, affinity, local handyman, strength plus 300%. Yes, please. Is that the best thing ever? I feel like that's the best thing you can even get. Our well hitching post, we're gonna need a saw pit here probably. Of course we need some tools. Oh man. Wait, we have tools? What are you talking about? Stop doing that to me. Stop doing that to me so we can get that. Let's go ahead and do that. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I messed that up. There we go. Let's get that. And I guess we will still need to get some tools. So let's get a bloomery. It says we don't have tools, but we do. So let's get one. Actually, we don't have enough goods book. We're gonna need some planks, won't we? Let's wait till that's built up. Until then, I think we're doing pretty good. Hunting, they're still kind of doing their thing. Let's quickly check over here. Where are we? What a nice little town. Look at this. Look at this. So we have start taxing these people. Hopefully that has resulted in more money in our treasury. It looks like it has. So that's quite nice. What else can we do over here? Let's see what we have available. We have 4 unassigned people, or families. Let's do... Okay, we moved all this stuff. That is perfect. Let's get our tavern now. Let's maybe... Can I turn this? Let's just put this like literally as close to here as we can. Right there, that's perfect. That should be a lot better. Let's just connect it to that path there. That should be quite a bit better. So what did we actually move? Oh gosh. Okay, so I think it was a malt house and a clay furnace. That is exactly what it was. So a clay furnace, this can go right there. In our malt house, I'll put maybe right there. Hopefully I didn't get any of mushrooms. That is a lot better. Okay. And they're kind of tucked in there. That's pretty good, actually. I'm happy with that. We have our brewery ready to go. Let's start importing some barley. Let's maybe set this to like maybe 15, maybe 12, maybe 10. Let's do 10. Let's import some barley there, and then should be able to get some level 3 houses pretty soon here. For some reason... Okay, we got 30 hides, no yarn. Let's get a tannery as well. Let's get a tannery as well. Let's put it right there. That's a perfect little spot. Okay, I like that. And everything else is doing pretty good here. Can't wait for that to get a little bit higher, and then we can get some more workers, or some more retinue, sorry. Over here, we should get some retinue whenever we build this. So let's get that to highest priority. Which is nice to check over here anyway. I think we're doing pretty good there still. So we have a little bit of flour. Haven't made any bread. Yeah, it looks like we have. It looks like we have. I feel like we haven't sold any pelts. Why is that? So our storehouse, I think, yeah, all of our pelts are over there. Yeah, they're getting them. It's happening. We have a horse. I don't think we can get another one quite yet. In about 14 days. Let's get another. Yeah, these hitching posts. Let's upgrade those. That's awesome. We're getting some charcoal finally. We're actually not exporting any. Let's export that. That's perfect. It's major trades. We'll have to do that. Okay, that's awesome. I can't even keep track. We got one, I guess technically 4 towns going on here. That's quite a bit. I'd like to take over some of these as well, but we haven't had any bandit action quite yet, which that could happen at any point in time. Could be interesting. Hopefully they go for this town and burn the rest of it down. That might actually help me. Then I could get some more timber from that, but this town's doing pretty good. This town is also doing well. I feel like this requires maybe a little bit more of our attention. Haven't had anybody move in, obviously, because we have not. Let's actually do maybe some houses. Just like this. Maybe like right to there. Let's have a ton of houses just like this. I think that would actually look pretty good. Let's go ahead and get those built. And then, I mean, should be able to build some houses in here. Or get some more people, sorry. Yeah, store capacity. Maybe a church might be next. What are we doing? Got a little bit of timber. We have this now. Let's maybe take them off there. Let's get a little bit of planks. And then we can start doing that. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Get some planks. And then we can get a smithy. There are those bandits that we talked about. So coming from here, I think they might even be going for this region. So let's see. What are we close to here? So Ryzen buckle, hawk weg. So sorry, I apologize. So neither of these are on there. I'm just gonna hire these guys. Come save this region, please. Fast as you can. And they're coming from way over here, so that's gonna be quite the jaunt. They're gonna burn this town to the ground too. No! Not my cliff farms. That is literally a cliff. That's insane. I mean, why didn't you build here? You already built here. You might as well have. It's just as steep. Let's get these guys in here. Yeah, they're gonna unfortunately burn probably the whole town to the ground. They're starting with the church with all the people that are running into it, which is sad to see. So they're gonna lose some people there. But it's actually kind of cool that they run to the church. That is very, like, I mean, that's where I would have ran. You're not safe in your house. Church is built the best, usually. Most towns put all their money into their church. Best resources. Until dirty bandits come and burn it to the ground. But yeah, here we go. They're torching some houses. Very, very sad. Very sad indeed. They are missing these things. Oh man. Not good. So they've already burnt some stuff. I guess I won't be taking this region anytime soon, but let's go ahead and get these guys in here as fast as we can. Come on, man. So they've actually stopped burning. They're having mercy. They've pleaded mercy. So we got that house in the background burning. A little bit around their storehouse. Very sad. Hopefully we can get these guys over here fast enough. Are they getting here a little bit faster here? Yeah, here they come. So they're taking off now. So they might actually... Are they just leaving? I think they are just leaving. What the heck? Interesting. Yeah, they're literally just taking off. Yeah, there they go. See you later, bandits. Well, that's sad. I got these guys for literally nothing. Oh no, here they come. They're coming back. Yes. Let's form up. Form the line. Let's take these guys out. And let's slow this down a little bit. Let's watch the charge here. Our guys are very tired, so honestly, I've lost an entire unit before. I haven't lost any guys yet, but here they come. And then we should be able to claim the last region. I'd like to maybe claim another AI opponent's region if we can. Here these guys come. Let's maybe break off with these guys. Charge up the hill. Okay, I think we took them out. Let's charge up. Charge up, charge up. Let's watch some fighting here. So we got the... Oh, let's watch these guys. Looks like a nice little scrum. Get them, boys. Wonder how cold those helmets would be. I mean, obviously they're probably wearing little like cloths underneath or something, but I imagine they'd be quite cold in winter. That would not be too fun. So we took them out. That's great. We have 1.5 thousand influence. I think that's it. Let's get them back. We saved this town for the most part, I feel like. They didn't only just take out their logging camp, which would have been super annoying. That's way over here, so good luck getting to it. Yeah, no, it's not too bad. Yeah, good job. I'm glad I was able to save them, so I'm going to save up to maybe take this region. This one's a little bit weird. I want to take this one. I want to see it, like, they're probably nice and strong, actually, so might be the only one that's kind of worth it. Small tavern, let's get a worker on there. We have so much firewood, oh my goodness. Let's, did I not get my second charcoal kiln? Maybe I didn't. I don't think I did. I had it over here. I was gonna do like a tavern over here. Let's maybe do... No, I ran out of resources. That's what happened. Can I get a path going up through here? And maybe just a path kind of going like that. Let's do that. And I can get a second one there. Let's do that. See if we can make some more charcoal. And we have a ton of tools, which is nice to see. A little bit of iron. I bet you we have... Oh, only one iron left. That's actually crazy. So let's see. Let's make sure they get that. There we go. Keeping that nice and empty. That's perfect. Good job, men. That was great timing. Where did the clay go? Where was the clay? Oh, right here. Oh, so that mining pit's done as well. So let's free up those workers. We got that ready to go. Let's get our clay furnace nice and maxed out. We have lots of clay to turn into roof tiles. And then we'll also need to get our malt house taken care of. It looks like our malt house is ready to go. Let's get somebody on there now. We got a little bit of barley, so we should be able to make that right away. And how are we doing for our wool? How do we not have any wool? I guess sheep farm. We still have all those. I guess are we just selling all of our clothes? We must be, actually. Kind of interesting. What else can we sell? So we're making lots of charcoal now. This should be ready to go, so let's get somebody on there. And then back here I could build some more houses if I want. In fact, I find to. So let's build some more houses back here. Maybe just like that. Maybe actually a little bit different. Let's go. Actually, don't mind that. Let's do that. Gives a little bit more space back here. I think that'd be nice. Yeah, that's gonna be good for us. And a lot of these houses... How's this doing, actually? Should upgrade that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're completely out of planks, so let's get somebody on our saw pit. We need to get some more planks. It's gonna be pretty ideal. Okay, we already have a decent amount of ale. That should make people a little bit happier. We need some clothing, some animal produce. And church axe is level 2, so actually I don't even think we'll really upgrade a lot of these. I could. Yeah, we got some planks now. Let's maybe upgrade a couple of these. As many as we can. Okay, happy over here. We got lots in our treasury. Let's upgrade. Oh, so we got our second retinue unit. So what region are we in? Klein, okay. So this one. Let's upgrade this as much as we can. Maybe to about 15. Having our second retinue at our guys, so that's good. Let's check back over here. Granary, I think we probably had somebody move in, maybe. Oh yeah, we had a ton of people move in. So let's do that. Let's get a bloomery now. What do I do with all this space? Let's maybe just take a path going up here, and this can just be like trade. Like a bunch of trade things, I don't know. Maybe kind of like that. Let's do a blue marine here. Maybe even a couple of them. Let's do 2 bloomeries. We're gonna need a couple clay furnaces, which we don't need to do, I guess, quite yet. Let's get one of those. Let's just do one. We can get a path there for that. Yeah, as far as that, I think that's good. We do have some planks still. So let's get some mining pits set up. Get one there. Let's get one there. And then we could get... Actually, I'm going to get rid of this. That could probably go somewhere else. Let's take this path kind of right next to there. And then I still might be able to fit that in there. Let's just get going to there. Yeah, that's going to be good for us. Let's set those up highest priority. And the more people I can put on there, the better. And then I could probably upgrade some more stuff. Let's get our church, shall we? Let's build our church, and let's just have this next to our hunting camp. I don't know where I want to put this, in fact. I don't love... Let's maybe move our hunting camp. Or our logging camp. I don't know. It's in a terrible spot. I am going to move this maybe deeper that way. And that will create a little bit of room in front of here. And then our well, let's maybe upgrade that. And all of this stuff I'm going to push back here as well. Let's just take this path. Maybe get going to there. And then I'll just kind of take this maybe right out front like that. Let's try that. Then all of this, I'm just going to move back just a touch. Just put that there. Okay. I don't mind that. Actually, I don't love that path. Let's fix that. Let's just go a little more straight like that. Okay, that's a lot better. And then I can maybe put my church in here. Let's maybe move these as well. Let's maybe continue this on just a little bit more. Kind of just like that. And then these I can move back here. That's a little bit more efficient, I think. And then yeah, my church could go in here. Maybe. If I built that right. Yeah, I think I could get it in there. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that. We have 7 families available. Let's maybe, I guess we could get somebody on here again. Let's upgrade that. And yeah, everything's doing pretty good. I'm just going to save a couple of extra families for mining. But I think other than that, I think we're doing pretty good over here. Let's see what else we need. So this person lives here. A little bit more foods and church access we're kind of waiting on. So we should be able to get that pretty soon here. Yeah, that's good. Let's check maybe this region now. I actually love the way this is kind of outlined. It's kind of cool. Let's see what we need to build our castle. So we need a little bit more timber. And of course we went overboard with the planks. But again, you can never have too many planks. Let's maybe double up our efforts here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Woodcutter's Lodge, maybe get a little bit more as well. And then let's maybe get a couple of families on here in case we have to harvest, which it looks like we pretty much do. Let's see, are we out of grain? We are out of grain. Let's take some families off of there. Get them on there, and maybe even one more on there. Okay, I like that. Should be able to sell some pelts. And I forget what upgrade we have over here. Cheaper animal imports, mining speed increase. Okay, so yeah, this mining. Let's maybe do. Let's get a mine on here now. And let's just take this up, just so this path has a purpose. Let's just connect to there. And then this one will also need somebody. So a deep mine we could get. In fact, we might as well. But then it could cave in on us. See, right now it has surface deposit 1147, but endless underground deposits. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. That's actually amazing. So that'll be good. Get a couple workers on there. How are we? Am I in the right one? How do we have like no... Oh no, I'm in the wrong region, that's why. There we go, that's better. Yeah, we got lots of charcoal. What else do we have? Tons of. So we got lots of pelts. Firewood. Decent amount of food. Yeah, we got lots of bread. Oh, we're absolutely cooking here. We got tons of basically everything. We need to start getting some more tools. So let's get another bloomery. We're gonna need a bloomery in here. Now let's just build that right on the outside of town here. Clay furnace, we got those. So that's gonna be ready. Let's get a bloomery over here. And a smithy as well. Let's see if we can fit a smithy in here. Then we can get some tools. That'll be awesome. Okay, that's great. We got that almost ready to go. Yeah, hopefully we can replant some trees in here. We're kind of struggling a little bit with that, but that should be fine. Let's check a couple of our other regions. So this one we just checked. Let's quickly check it again. Since it's kind of new, we have 7 available families, so kind of moved all that stuff, which is nice. Bloomery, do we have... Oh yeah, we wanted to get few workers on all that, didn't we? Let's maybe get 2 there. Let's get another one over here. 4 families, that should be good. And then we can start making a ton of tools. We have our bloomery kind of ready to go, so let's maybe get one on there. And then yeah, we can, since we got this, blacksmith efficiency and weapon export value. So let's get some blacksmiths. We'll need some church access, so let's get a church. Let's get a church right where we said we'd get a church. Too steep. Maybe build this like over there. Not enough goods still, I guess. 5, 20, and 10. Oh, I need some more stone. Shoot. Where is... Okay, we got some stone over here. So let's get that next. Let's just build that right there. Maybe set that to highest priority even. Okay, that's awesome. And then back over here, let's see what requires our efforts. There's so much to juggle around here. Okay, clay furnace, that's good. We are getting some ale now. Somebody's in there. I'd love to upgrade this if I could. Oh, we have the same issue, so let's take somebody off of our saw pit. Just to get a little bit more timber. And then we can upgrade that. Yeah, it's making these people nice and happy, which I love to see. Some clothing. What did I... Oh, this is our brewer. That's right. That's right. So I could upgrade some more houses if I'd like. Don't necessarily need to. Let's maybe get some more charcoal workers. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be good. Let's maybe take this path a little bit further out. Just like that. I'm gonna quickly check. I think our well supply should take care of every house. Yeah, it looks like it does. We have these new houses, so let's get some vegetable gardens since they're relatively longer plots. Go ahead and do that. Like, look at this. All of these houses. Actually, I think... Let's take a look at some of our houses. I think some of them might have... Yeah, maybe here 2 apples is a little bit taller plants there versus these ones. Never mind, they're the exact same. But they should be growing quite swiftly. Let's get some carrots. Let's get some beetroots and maybe some cabbages. And that should be pretty good for us. I think a lot of these I can upgrade. Looks like you can. I actually love this. It's like the in-law. I don't know, what do you call that? When you build a house just for your in-laws to stay with you. Kind of looks like your grandma, or like a, yeah, grandma's. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically a place for people to stay. Let's get another worker on our granary. That'll be good. Oh, running out of food. How do you even say that? Which one's that? Well, that's this one. Yikes. How are we running out of food? With that being almost full. Let's maybe set that to like 8. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're fuel. Okay, so yeah, we need more fuel. That makes sense. So I think, yeah, let's get somebody on there. I'll start chopping some trees. And then I think I can put my church here now. Still not enough goods. Are you kidding? So we need, oh, we need some more stone. That's right. So let's quickly go collect some of that. We got some iron slabs, which is nice. Yeah, I need to get my church to upgrade some houses here. It's gonna be quite important for us. Let's get a couple more houses, actually. Let's get maybe a couple over here. Maybe 3 there, and then I could also get some, maybe just throughout here.
Why do I have to carry?
Could I get a house there? That's perfect. That's awesome. I could even get one in here maybe, but let's just leave that. We should have a little bit of stone already. That should give us enough. Not enough goods still, so 520. Oh my gosh, we need 2 more timber. Okay. Where is that? So our timber. Oh, we don't actually have anybody on there. What the heck? Okay, let's take them off of there and put them on our logging camp instead. Okay, we already got a decent amount of stone. Let's free them up. Literally just need 1 more timber to build this thing. Okay, let's see here. Let's just wait till we can build it. I think this looks so nice right here, actually. Right there. Perfect. Let's build that. And just take it straight to there. And that should be a nice church for us. So excited for that. We're building some houses, which is nice. And let's even get a couple more in here if we can. Let's maybe get some nice big plots maybe going in here. Of course, we need more timber now. So wait till we get some. Okay, there we go. We are able to build that. Build some houses in there, and then even back here would be nice to get some houses, but I could probably even fill this up. But let's just wait until we get some more timber, because obviously right now we can't. How are we doing? Do we have any bloomeries yet? We got a granary, bloomeries there. Oh, we are being attacked. Not the unit spot, we have a bandit camp there. Oh. Where are these guys coming from? Enemy unit spotted. So they're coming from here, which is way down here. So that actually gives us a decent amount of time. Let's grab some of these guys. So where are we? Oh, so these guys would come from. Let's get them from here. I think that's probably the best. And let's rush over. Oh, they're not actually progressing through. Oh no, these guys are coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They want to burn things. Oh no. Come on, guys. You gotta get there. No. Don't burn our entire town. Okay, we stopped those guys. So let's take them out really quick. Fast as we can. Let's go take these guys out next. Oh, that's not good. We just barely saved this town. And then this one. That'll give us quite a bit of influence, which is nice. Yeah, there we go. I think that's all of them. I don't see any more. Okay, let's Bandit campsite. Oh, let's basically use these guys. There's 2 over here now. Let's go take these. Let's send these guys up here. And then these guys can take out these guys. Oh, that's kind of nice. Nice little surprise. Maybe I'll send that to my nearest town, and that's this one actually. So that's perfect. See, that's what I needed. I needed a buffer region to take my focus off of this one. Well, there we go. Let's take these guys out. Hopefully we can beat them. Let's go take that. Let's go take that. And then we can disband everyone. Nearest town. And then nearest town as well. There we go. Now let's disband these guys. I don't need them any longer. And now we have a little bit of money in this region. We also have enough to claim a region as well. So let's take a look at these. So actually, we don't really need to look at them. I'm just going to take this one. Claim with influence. And let's take these guys and get them out. And they can kind of come over here and stand guard like little guard dogs over here. Our battlefield's up here. Let's maybe get going up here just in case they try and attack us with something. Ah, it's chump change. That's barely anything. Let's maybe put them right there. So we are winning. That's good. And then we will eventually take that when the time comes. Let's do a little bit of micromanaging here. I don't think we need to do too much with all this stuff. We already got those ready to go. Let's maybe get one more on our forager hut. One more at fishing just to kind of max everything out. Maltose, flavors. I think all of that is nice and strong. We should be getting quite a bit more wool from all this. Actually, we have so many hides. Did we get a tannery? I can't remember if we did. We do have one here, so let's get them making some leather. And then we could probably start doing something with that. Let's maybe just sell it. Or, let's do this actually. Some of these are ready to go. Let's get a cobbler's workshop. They're trying to pay us off still. I don't think so. Yeah, we can start making a lot of shoes with all those hides. And then let's sell some of those. So shoes, export. Set it to 0 as well, so we can export all of those. So that's great. Yeah, we got lots of money in our treasury now, so that's nice. Let's go back over here. This is where we're gonna need a blacksmith. So I think our church is done now. So where's somebody? Oh, we literally just need planks now to upgrade. Okay, let's get somebody on our saw pit. And then get maybe double down that. Yeah, let's get some planks and then we can upgrade some of these houses. Should be able to upgrade pretty soon here. And I take a look at how this is doing. I think granary. First of all, I can upgrade these. Let's maybe do that. And then stone gatherer camp. That's good. We should have lots of stone now. Let's upgrade some of these now. Let's get maybe even 2 blacksmiths. We don't need necessarily. I can all weapons, I guess. Okay, so let's make maybe spears. Let's make some swords. Maybe even some pole arms would be nice. But the more we spend, or the more we make, we'll have to buy more trade routes. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's maybe get one more upgraded. And I think that'll be a good little start. Running out of food. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. You won't let me upgrade. Settlement level increase. That's actually this one. Can't do anything about it though. Okay, let's set these to some... Wow, we need tools. Of course we need tools. So trying to make it worth our while. Still. I've got bloomeries. Let's get... Yeah, we're gonna need some tools right away. Oh, we didn't have a... We don't have a trade post. This is right in the middle. We might as well just put that right there. Let's build that up right away. And then we'll also need to get a smithy. I'll probably just extend this road a little bit further. Then we can get a smithy in there. It's perfect. Yeah, we already have, I guess, yeah, we're out of tools, which isn't good. We have tons of pelts that we can sell. And we have a bunch of iron slabs ripe and ready. So it'll be good to get some tools right away. In fact, let's build that right away, because then we won't even need to buy any tools. Let's take care of that. Oh, why is this rubble? Oh, it caved in. That's what that means. Okay, this also caved in, so we need some tools to take care of that. That's not good. So let's build that as fast as we can. That's actually interesting. It literally just caves in on you. Okay, that's almost done. Come on, highest priority. How is our... We'll probably need a... Maybe upgrade these. So we can get some more oxes. Okay, let's get a smithy there. 7 days until they take that region, which is nice. And then a trade post. We're gonna need to get a horse. So yeah, let's maybe get a couple more hitching posts in here. Because we are gonna need some more horsies. Let's go ahead and order one. Assign it, and let's sell all of our pelts. Pelts, export, it's only a minor trade, so let's just set that to 0. And actually it's very decreased value, which is fine. Should be able to get something out of it still. Okay, we got those built up. I'd love to order another ox, but I think I just got another horse. So might not be able to do that quite yet. Let's upgrade these. Peace declared. We have now taken this region, which is amazing. So let's get these guys back to there. Now let's kind of check out what they have over here. So they actually have, honestly, pretty good. 26 available workers. What the heck? They've actually done quite well for themselves. They got lots of goats, pigs, and chickens. All these completely upgraded. They got lots of money. They've actually done pretty good. Approval rating is actually quite low, which could be a little bit better. Could be a result of their... What do they have in here? Oh my gosh. Planks, firewood, and a ton of 800 rubblestone. That's insane. Where is our market? So if we... Yeah, let's definitely get some more on there. Let's take a look at one house. Yeah, they should be happier than they are. I don't know why they're so unhappy. Yeah, look at this. 800 rubblestone. Do we have a trade post? Because I feel like we'll probably have to sell some of this stuff. Where is their trade post? They have to have it because they have so much money. Where the heck is... Okay, right here. What are they selling? So they're exporting rubblestone. And it looks like they're actually having issues doing that. Let's get another horse on there maybe to help out. That's actually crazy. Planks, they're also exporting, which they completely flooded the market on that. Firewood, I don't know. I think they did pretty good. They got a little bit of pelts. I feel like they're nice and happy over here. Yeah, should be doing pretty good. Let's get a little upgrade. Let's maybe do, since they have so much rubblestone, what can I sell? Increased export price on minor trades. Let's get that because we are exporting a lot of minor things. So yeah, it's nice to take that region. And this one, I just want to work a little bit harder on like getting our bloomery ready to go. Actually, there's so many available people to do things. Like, what are they even... Everything's maxed out. How do they have so many? It's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Do they have any soldiers? Like, that'd be so cool if you could take over their army too. Like, oh, all that stuff. That'd be so cool. Stone gathering camp, so that's... Oh, it's endless. So they've actually taken all the surface stuff. Let's just demolish that. And then we can get a quarry instead. Maybe. Not enough goods? What do you mean not enough goods? Oh no, I need a tool. Oh, we don't have any tools. Oh gosh. Okay, that was more... Oh, they got their manor way up here. That's kind of cool. Interesting. So they have flair. A little bit of design like went into that. Let's quickly check out the rest of our regions here. Let's maybe get another worker on there. I think everything is nice and strong. We got a very strong economy in this region. This region's doing pretty good, no thanks to us. These guys, I wanted to get a blacksmith. So we haven't had any tools quite yet. We should be making some pretty soon. We're out of people. Granary. That is fine. Everything's thriving over here. We're gonna start making a ton of money on that. Over here, we haven't checked in a little bit. We have lots of farming fertility. Everything's going pretty good. Max out everything. I think everything should be pretty good. I'm gonna call that video here, ladies and gentlemen. Even this little region's still making money somehow and alive. I'm gonna call that video here. If you guys enjoyed this video, let's get this one to 800 likes to lock the next one. I had a blast with this one, and sometimes it's nice to just sit back, relax, and not have to fight Kill the Bolt. Nice to just build. It just kind of reminds me of like Town to City that just came out. Literally just building your favorite little place. And in fact, I have not selected this, so we can even get that. Let's take a look at our city with that built up. That looks pretty majestic, to be honest. Absolutely love it. Again, 800 likes to lock the next one. Thank you guys so much for the support. Subscribe as well if you haven't. And we'll see you in the next video.